Yeah, wait. Let me just go to this so that I don't get to see like my browser and stuff. What a good streamer would do. No one's ever called me a good streamer.
I would. You're a great streamer.
Aw, thank you. Now let me just... Can I knock on your stream? Here we go, knock.
I think I sent you an invite. Okay.
Yep.
So I think we're...
There we go.
And we got shared chat. Okay.
Shared chat, yippee.
Yahoo! Oh, my VTuber thing's fucked up now. Give me one moment.
Let me just test. Okay, yeah, so if I type, wait, if I type in yours, I'm a mod. If I type in mine, I'm the streamer.
Lamau.
Yay. Let's get back, let me get back to this.
Okay.
Where are you?
Yeah, how about now? Nope. Now, how about now? How about now? Nope.
How about now what?
I'm trying to fix some VTuber stuff right now. It's not recognizing my voice.
Oh.
How about now? Nope. How about now? Now. How about now? Okay, there we go. Fucking finally. This shit takes some trial and error sometimes. Okay, yes, I got your game invite. Play game. But yeah, my day's been good so far. I went and saw Piece by Piece, the Pharrell Williams Lego movie. It was nice. I liked it. It was very simple and very well done. Let's see. Got like one or two more things to set up and then we're good. Actually, make that one thing. Okay, now we're good. Alright, do I have all my, stuff from... Okay, I don't, so we're gonna have to buy things together with this new campaign. Gotcha.
Yeah, I guess this is my save file, not yours.
Understood. How about yourself? So, you had a nice chill day so far?
I worked, and then I asked my coworker, hey, what is the best way to write a I quit letter? Because, you know, I quit. Subway has been going downhill, both, like, the company and, like, my work. Because, for one, our manager is going to get a new job. Good on her. It's very good on her. Like, she deserves something better. And then the person who's pretty much the acting assistant manager told the boss, hey, pay me more, I'm leaving. And our boss and like higher up probably not gonna pay him more, so he's probably gonna leave. Another guy who I work with plans on leaving if he wants something better, so that would leave me, an 18-year-old, as the highest up in command under the actual owner of the place.
The writing is on the wall.
I don't really want. I don't really want to be there, so I'm like, okay. I'm gonna get out. I already wanted to like focus on like going to art school, getting a better job and stuff. Now I actually have like time to do that, you know. Absolutely.
Well, I'm happy for you. This seems like a positive development in your life.
Yeah.
It's difficult though. Did you have like good positive relationships with your coworkers? The ones that
For them, I mean,
yeah.
For the most part.
That makes a big difference, for sure.
Let's
see. Push this up. Yeah, I like the Pharrell Williams movie. It just it felt quite a bit like censored. Like it was very safe. It went for the PG sort of market. I feel like you lose some of the connection there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it feels a bit less personal. But overall, I'm okay with it. Could we buy, I don't know if we have the ability to, the short range, what's it called? Maybe it's not unlocked yet, but there's like a short ranged, attachment to the end of the gun. I would very much like
where would that be?
That should be in, it's not modifications or clothing. Maybe we don't have it yet, because I don't see it in the menu. Yeah, maybe we don't have it yet because I don't see it in mine. Or maybe we do have it. It's just I can't see it because you're the host.
There's so many like items I get for free because I got all the DLCs.
I'll get the Prime Vista. That sounds cute.
Keep in mind we do share money in this.
Oh, we do? Oh.
Yeah.
Hey! Thanks for the subscription! What's going on? How's it going, Chip? Holy shit! You're my first subscriber! Thank you!
Let's see. If we go to shop, how do I equip stuff?
You see, that's when you press E when you're just looking around. Yeah.
E, clothing, outfit. We're gonna wear this.
Ooh, nice outfit.
We're gonna wear this. I can't see it.
Well, I can see it though, and it looks sick. I'm green, which is on brand.
Nice.
I like brands. Lay's. You ever heard of Lay's before? It's a good brand.
No, I haven't.
Fortnite. Fortnite. That's a good brand.
Never heard of it.
Wow. How
what do
cool
they do? Are they like? Is Fortnite like a medieval thing? You know,
I think so. I think
Fortnite.
It has something to do with beheadings. That's all I know. That's as far as my knowledge goes. Something about battle smashing and battle passing. Some combination of those things.
How do I use the modification? The one that just makes the gun look different.
You know, I also don't know how to do that. I would. Oh, you know what? I think it's in the current loadout. And yeah, you click the bottom right element of the power washer. There's like a little corner to the bottom right of it. That's what you click.
Where?
So you're in current loadout screen. On the power washer to the left, the right corner of power washer. You click that. This looks kind of tacky.
I only see the Prime Vista 1500 Cadet.
Also, it looks like we don't. Well, you can only equip skins for the power washer you have. Also, it looks like we don't share money.
No, we do because you spent stuff and I.
Well, how much
did
money
you buy anything?
How much money does it say you have?
125.
I have 864. I do not think we share money.
Oh, maybe that's your own money from your own career.
That is my own money from my own career. Ah! Water fight!
Fight.
You're dirty too. Get out of here. The non-believer.
No.
Have violence upon ye.
Okay, we should go to the next job.
Yes.
Work. Job.
Hubba chubba chubba. Work.
Something song lyric.
Song lyric. Oh, this is a big one. All right. I'm gonna take the ancillary stuff. If you want to take the patio.
I don't know what words mean. I'm just gonna shoot water everywhere.
Okay. Do you know what patio means?
I don't know what words mean. I'm just gonna shoot water everywhere.
Okay. That sounds fine. I'm gonna take my little projects. So yeah, I did like the throw-ins. Again, just like, it felt a little bit impersonal because I feel like a lot of details of Pharrell's emotional journey were kind of missing. But for a sort of project that decides to like tell its story in an inspiring way that children can connect to, you know, I think it does a good job at that.
I mean, that's probably the idea of making it a Lego movie, not like a live action or something.
Well, I don't know about that. I think the Lego aspect is to highlight the creativity of of the artists and such, and they do utilize it in some interesting ways, which I respect. But I don't think that I think it maybe held a little too much back for me to really get into it, if that makes sense. It just felt a little too impersonal, and I didn't feel like I really understood Pharrell fully as either an artist or an individual by the end of it, if that makes sense. I like stories that really capture their characters both at their highest and their lowest moments. And it seemed like there was a lot insinuated in some of the lower points of his life, but then we just kind of skip to the part where everything's good again. And that's not what I'm looking for in an autobiography, you know? I want something a bit challenging. I want Pharrell to share, you know, what he went through as an artist that he thinks the industry should like be embarrassed for, you know, that he thinks the world should change to address, and I don't feel like we got that at any point in the film, which is a bit sad because they do make some allusions to some darker like overtones and historical moments that happened during Pharrell's career, and he insinuates that it had a big impact on him. But as to the details and specifics of any of that, we're really left up to our own.
This is just a podcast, except I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm a movie.
It's fine.
I'm a serial movie yapper. That's kind of my job title. So, that's just what I'd be doing. If you don't stop me, I'll keep going.
I am too submissive to stop anyone.
That is perfectly valid. Is there anything in particular you'd like to talk about today? Have you been consuming any media you want to share with the class?
I recently watched Shiken no Ko no Ko no Ko Koshi Tan Tan.
I have not heard about that. Describe it in its entirety.
So, it's a comedy anime about this girl named Noko Noko Tan. She's a deer.
Okay.
That's it.
I've seen the GIFs.
Like, I spam those GIFs all the time. I spam one of them. I only recently started watching it. So her entire thing is that she's a deer, but it's a very much a parody comedy anime.
Okay.
And I mean that in like the most literal sense. Like everything about it's comedic, everything about it's a parody.
What is it parodizing?
Like everything. Like there's nothing off the table. Like there'll be like times where she gets really serious and she turns into a buff JoJo character. In the intro, which shows the one character Koshitan, her like laying on the ground as if she died. It had the Dark Souls "You died" text over it, but it said "You dear." So it's just like it's just just comedically parodying. I can't speak. Being a parody of everything, like whatever it wants.
It seems referential, but does it like say anything about the mediums that it includes?
No, it's a comedy. It's not supposed to be like thought-provoking. It's supposed to be funny. It's gag after gag.
Okay, I can respect that, but I think you can have both. One of my favorite shows is my second favorite show of all time is The Venture Brothers, and that does a great job at having discussions about the media that it includes while also making fun of it.
See, it's not that. It's an anime about a deer girl, so it's not gonna think that far ahead.
I think you can. But I respect it. What's
there's moments. I don't know. I think my favorite gag is episode 2, where the what main character's Koshitan's sister, who's hyper obsessed with her, like tries to kill Nokotan, and they're like, okay, we're gonna fight for her. And then it just cuts to a scene where they're just having a game show to see who knows her better. In the end, Nokotan dies, and then like 2 deer angels just pick her up by the antlers, take her spirit to heaven, and dear Jesus is there. And I mean that in the most literal sense.
So it's like surreal.
And
almost?
he just No, it's not. It's just comedic.
Okay.
None of it's supposed to be seriously.
Well, surreal doesn't mean serious. I mean, it's
I
like
know.
unreal. It's like unbelievable.
It's unreal. It's like, it's how most people imagine anime. It's over the top. It doesn't make much sense.
Okay.
It's not trying to be anything. It's just funny.
I think a lot of my favorite. Go ahead.
Yeah, like it's not like. There's a lot of anime. Like I haven't seen much of it. I've seen like 1 episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. It's all story and it's all really good, and it's also like really horrifying apparently. But like with this, there is no story, there is no consistency. It's just supposed to be funny.
It's an agent of chaos, so to speak.
Yeah,
I respect that. I have a lot of respect for that. I typically, my favorite comedic like concepts are typically like extremely pathetic characters, or like competent characters in a very pathetic setting.
that's just Koshitan. Because this is like, so she is a character who used to be a delinquent, but now she's like the star of the school because she's like upperclassman. She's the class president. She's all that stuff. But she's just trying to like be this like amazing character, and she's stuck with this silly deer girl and deer club, and their one activity is taking care of deer. But that deer specifically is the main character, Nokotan, who's a deer girl.
Okay.
And she's she's putting up with it because she wants to look like the amazing class president. You know, she doesn't want to like seem like a bad person.
Mountain. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Like, I'm trying to think, like, I really enjoy, like, The Devil's a Part-Timer. I love how deflating that show is to its characters. And, I really enjoy how much of, like, a contrast you get between the wild and crazy world and then the real world. And I love how the characters take the like everything that we seem to be so normal to be like a fantasy quest sort of like experience, you know?
Yeah.
Devil is a peak manga.
Oh yeah, it's so good. I love Devil. The manga is good too. I did not know about that. I'm glad to hear it is. I don't read a lot of manga.
I want to say my favorite joke in the anime is there's an episode where it's New Year's. And so like the Deer Club group meets up at a shrine. Because in like typical anime, there's the New Year's episode where they all meet up at the shrine, they pray, and their god they are praying to is Nokotan in like a fake mustache being the deer god. And the entirety, like everybody plays it off as like the most normal thing ever. Like all the extra characters, except for Koshitan, she's like freaking out. Why does nobody care? So she's just going crazy. And then right after Nokotan's like, oh, sorry guys, I missed it. I was busy doing stuff. But it was like clearly her doing it.
So it's like a Phineas and Ferb sort of relationship.
Yeah, except for the fact it's like Phineas and Ferb with Perry the Platypus, except for the fact that it's like if Candace knew that Perry was like an Agent P.
Okay, interesting.
But it's not like there's gonna tell anybody because like, and most of them probably know. Like there's the time Nokotan goes to the deer park. It's like this little deer exhibit, and she's just in there, and people are like, oh my god, look at the deer. She's in a sailor uniform. Isn't that so cute? Oh, she's giving us deer crackers to feed the deer. That's so sweet of her. they don't comment on the fact that she's like a human with just deer antlers. Like she's just straight up a girl with deer antlers.
There's some absurdist
they don't comment
elements.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, oh my god, he's so cute. And then she just like takes them all out of like their containment on a deer parade. And they're all like, oh my god, this is so beautiful. And then there's Koshitan there, like, being the sense of reason. Hey, what the heck is going on?
So the student president character, she's like the only like sense of reason in the whole show. She's the only one who thinks things are off. I love a good gaslighting show. That's peak. That's great.
Like, yeah, it's great. And then there is there's their other members of the student body, who the one of them is like really likes Nokotan. The one is like kind of indifferent. The other one's like, I'm gonna destroy the deer club because I want to be, because I like the class president. I want all of her attention. And then like she goes to like she's spying on the deer club. And then Nokotan's like, oh, hey, you're here. You want to join in on club activities? And it's stuff like pretending to be a deer. And then she plays along with it. Then it's, oh, wait, I was supposed to be spying on them, not having a good time.
That's solid.
So, yeah. It's just, it's hilarious.
Respect. The comedic animes are typically my favorite ones. I really like that.
Also, like, the funny thing is, like, she can also take off her antlers, like, whenever she wants, and she also has multiple different types of antlers. Like, she has ones that are grenades, one that can hold food in them, ones that are edible, ones she can turn into nunchucks, or, like, a sword.
Does she fight, like, supervillain level threats throughout, or...?
No, so the only thing
for
she
no
fights is that for some reason the fourth Tuesday of every month is Deer Day, and hunters hunt and kill deer for like just for like kind of like a mini festival. So the one episode is like a parody of probably something where she's being hunted down by this one guy, and it ends with her putting her antlers together and basically having a pseudo lightsaber and fighting him with it.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it is like
deers are the true predators of humanity.
Predators of humanity. Yes.
I like that. Like the character just becomes hyper capable whenever the story needs it. So she's a very meta being.
Also, I know. I think my favorite gag is at the, so like, you know, like a lot of animes at the end of the credits have like a little preview into the next episode. So episodes 11, they do that, and like Koshitan goes to like, oh, guys, where's Nokotan? And they're like, who's Nokotan? They're having one of those. But then episode 12, Nokotan's just right there. And then she's self-referential. Koshitan's like, hey, what about the build-up from last episode about her being gone? And they're like, this isn't an anime like that. We don't care.
Nice.
So, like, it's this, like, build-up to a serious moment, and then it's like, oh, yeah, that was just a joke.
I can respect that.
So, like, oh, yeah. So the one girl in the deer club, she's, like, this, not lazy, she's a very laid-back type person, and she's always, like, depicted eating rice. In episode 2, she's like, what I want to do with the club is I want to start a rice paddy. Deer gotta be self-sustaining. And then one screen it says, just wait for episode 10. And you know what happens in episode 10? She makes a rice paddy right outside the school. You know what that is, right? Like,
yeah, I know.
Farm.
I've seen Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, so like she just makes one right outside the school on episode 10.
That's epic. I love that.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is an anime I would recommend because it's just peak brain rot. It's no story, it's all just funny.
Okay, so that's the mini card done, right? Cool.
Like, there's two types of anime I watch. There's Spy X Family, my favorite one, where it's a mix of both like comedic and story.
I understand
because the story is amazing. I love it. I love the characters. But then like a lot of the episodes, like a lot of them. I've actually read the manga, so like a lot of the
Hell, you
chapters don't really like line up with each other. Kind of like how a lot of like some comedic anime are, where it's like last episode's events don't really correlate to the next episode.
Sure. Yeah, it's like
As much
anthological.
as-
Yeah.
Yeah, as much as it's like, oh, Anya got a new plushie. She got a penguin plushie, and her dog Bond is jealous. So in a later episode, Bond rips it up because he wants to spend time with Anya.
Mm-hmm.
And there's always those episodes that do have like major lore drops. Like I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the one where it was just all Lloyd's backstory. Oh my god, that was something.
So
It was very interesting.
How do they make like the story reveals matter if the show kind of like resets after every episode?
It doesn't reset after every episode. It's not that type. It's
Okay.
just not the type where each episode leads into the next.
Okay. So there's not really build up, but they do have like things change.
Oh, there is quite a bit of build up. So
Okay.
do you want me to explain it to you?
Yeah, I might watch the story because I do like comedic shows. So, but whatever
it's not
you feel is
as
appropriate to
comedic.
share. Okay.
So basically, Lloyd is a spy. He's a spy named Twilight. He is a master of disguise, and he lives in he's from Westalis. He's in Ostania. It's basically a fictionalized like 70s Europe type place. It's nowhere specific, but that's like the general vibe it has.
Mhm.
And basically, there's this one politician. He's a recluse, and has like plans of starting war with the other country. Now his job is to stop that. So the only way to get near him is to have that child enroll into the top school, and only at certain meetings that the top students get to go will he attend with his one son. So he has to pretty much adopt a kid. He ends up adopting Anya, who's a telepath. Nobody knows she's a telepath except for Bond, technically, but Bond's also a dog who, unlike Scooby-Doo, cannot talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and so she basically reads people's minds to like get what she wants. Not in a bad way, more of like she is not like school. So it's like every time there's a test, she's reading people's minds and she's barely passing.
Labao.
And he also, to get into the school, because how traditional they are, he needs a wife. So he meets an assassin who believes what she's doing is right because she works for an agency that's like, oh, this person's found out to be leaking documents to the other side. She makes them disappear.
So is there
Yeah,
do they take that tone seriously? Is there like a thriller element to this?
There's a bit of a thriller element because like at times it's like the thriller is more comedic because it's like, oh my god, there's a threat over here while Mama and Papa are on a date and only Anya knows. But if they do anything, then in Anya's mind they're gonna hate each other because, oh look, they're a spy or they're an assassin. So Anya has to stop it, and somehow Anya does a lot of the time.
Interesting. Okay.
So it's not a lot of it's serious, although there are some serious episodes, not episodes, but books, like the time there was an actual terrorist on Anya's bus holding them hostage.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah, and so like the one of my favorite parts about it is he straps a bomb to Anya's chest, but the bomb is empty. It doesn't actually go off, and Anya knows that because he read his mind. So she's like cool, calm, and collected while the entirety of everybody else is freaking out.
So is it like a family-friendly sort of show?
It is family friendly.
Okay. That's nice. Did you watch the movie? I know that they had a movie come out. Was it this year?
I haven't watched the movie yet.
Gotcha.
I want to.
I think it did a pretty it made a lot of money. I think it was successful.
I just don't know where I can watch the movie. That's why.
Oh, gotcha. Where do you watch that the Deer Girls show? Because that I think that spiked my interest most of anything.
So I'm gonna say Crunchyroll, but I'm gonna link you to the website I actually use.
Okay, gotcha.
Yo-ho, fiddly dee.
I think
being a pirate's alright to be.
I think we still have Crunchyroll. So I might take a look into that.
I'm just guessing Crunchyroll has it, but I don't use things like Funimation or Crunchyroll.
Gotcha. Understandable. I've talked quite a
personally-
lot bit to you in the past about my favorite anime, Log Horizon. That it's such a brilliant fantasy isekai.
Yeah, I keep a lot of my favorite anime on DVD. Like I have the entirety of season 1 of Spy X Family on DVD. Season 2 is not out on DVD yet.
Gotcha.
Sadly. I have Zombieland Saga and Zombieland Saga Revenge on DVD.
I forgot that was the anime for a second.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my favorite anime. It's so silly.
Nice. That's very cool to hear.
And I have a few other anime on DVD, but I wouldn't call them my favorites.
I've got the first season of Log Horizon on Blu-ray. I'm looking to get some more. There's a really nice CD store outside of my house, and I've started collecting like physical CDs, mostly for my music. I'm mostly a movie guy, but there's something special about like collecting physical copies of your music. I'm trying to expand my music taste a little bit because I can be a bit like narrow at times. And I'd like to expand. You know, I'd like to seek some new experiences. I'm not opposed. Let's see. So what?
They should add an item into this game that's a water balloon.
Oh, that would be adorable. I'd love that.
It would be so fitting too.
So yeah, I unfortunately wasn't able to get out to see Transformers 1 yet, but I've heard really good things about it. So I've got tickets to go see that tomorrow. I'm excited to see it. I follow this movie content creator on YouTube, and she says that for non-Transformers fans, the third act is really where it gets good. So I'm hyped to see that. Looks like a good time.
Yeah. There's this one YouTuber I watch. He's pretty small. I get a lot of movie news from him. He's called Penguin Zero. Not many people have heard about him.
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
talks about like he watches new movies when they come out. Time to time talks about them. That's not his main thing though. He also like reviews food or just talks about internet drama or just like whatever he wants. Really.
Yeah, I love Charlie. Charlie's great.
Yeah. I love talking about him like he's like some niche YouTuber. Because that's how he would want people to talk about him.
But he didn't like Joker 2, so now I don't like him. Like, grudge. Hands crossed.
He didn't like
angrily.
Concord, and Concord wasn't that good.
Wait, he said he liked Concord, or he didn't like Concord?
He didn't like it.
Yeah.
I thought about buying a copy just as a collector's item.
I played, apparently they're trying to do some, like, re-release stuff for Concord. They're trying to, they're potentially seeking to do a re-release for the Concord.
Nobody's gonna buy it.
Yeah, but
I'd find really funny if I got like a physical copy of Concord. I like collecting physical copies of stuff because I don't even have a PS5.
if they improve the game, then that's just a net benefit, right? They've made
Not
something
really.
out of what is originally nothing. What do you mean, not really?
So it's at a point where they should have just like left it how it was as a game, probably put it at a free to play, because at this point nobody's gonna like, even if it gets better, even if it's like much better, the news of it flopping is out too far, like people aren't gonna like flock to it.
Well, I think that's fair, but if you can make a good thing out of a bad thing, then that's a net good, you know? And this is like this is that studio's first game ever, and they're just going to be completely shut out. Yeah, it would be a nice story to see that be undone a little bit.
I guess.
So I'm not opposed to them being able to make a comeback. Is what I'm trying to say. I think they should absolutely try.
I'd be opposed to it too. I just don't think it's gonna work out the way anybody expects it to.
Well, yeah.
I guess people expect it to flop again.
Nobody has high hopes, but I think in this industry, over expectations can be an issue. So that might work in their favor, if anything.
We should call whenever something flops and they bring it out again, whether it's a movie or a game, Morbin. Because Morbius did it.
Oh yeah, that's a different situation, right? Concord isn't looking to relaunch itself because of the meme potential. So
I know, but like
yeah.
in general, we should like call use a term of it where if something flops and they try to re-release it, it should be called Morbin.
I just hope that this is a lesson for studios trying to rush any project to be as marketable and as like efficiently produced as possible. You know, I hope that's the lesson, if anything, the industry like tries to learn from this case. You don't want to release the next Concord.
Yeah, Concord's the reason why I'm a big fan of hero shooters, but I also hate them.
Okay, do you want to elaborate?
So TF2 would be like one of the first hero shooters that's not really like as much of a hero shooter as most modern ones because they don't have as big of a cast. But like by definition, that's what it would be, because instead of like Call of Duty having different guns, you have different characters.
Well, yeah, nobody denies it's a hero shooter, yeah.
Yeah, so the problem with it is that because of how much has been done in the genre, it's hard to make something unique with it.
Okay.
Because, like, take TF2, it is a take at the hero shooter where instead of having different, like, a lot of different characters, it's a few different characters with a lot of different weapon options. That's how TF2 is. Now take Overwatch, where it's the inverse. Instead of having different weapon options, it's a lot of different characters with only one option. So, that's two different ways to take it. Mm-hmm. Now take another game in that genre, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare.
Okay.
It is good. They do different abilities, and they have the different unlockable skins. In the first one, but I think first and second one, they use card packs to unlock them. So you have different skins, so it's only a few different characters, but each one of the characters has different like skins which can change their abilities.
Okay.
Also, it's Plants vs. Zombies, and I like that.
Fair. PopCap Pog.
Mm-hmm. PopCap Pog, yeah. And then there is Deadlock, and I played Deadlock. I enjoyed it a little bit. It feels very generic and overcomplicated.
Okay.
Because how it works is it operates like a MOBA, where you have different characters. You have to get to the enemy's base, destroy like their ults, whatever. I don't play MOBAs, so I don't really know how they work, but I do know by definition of what other people call it, it's a MOBA. So I'm assuming that's what it is. I don't play MOBAs, so I wouldn't know.
I will say,
but it's like
I don't feel like any game in particular has done the hero shooter, the hero shooter MOBA concept perfectly. I feel like there is still some room for innovation here.
But yeah.
But with they're either trying to be too far on one either side.
Yeah, but the reason why I don't like Deadlock all that much, I do enjoy playing it. I do enjoy its gameplay. Its characters are alright. The things I don't like about it is that it has a level up system where instead of having all your abilities off base minus your ultimate like Overwatch, you pick one of them. One of them is for some characters a passive. Sometimes it's like 3 active abilities. You unlock it during the game, and then as you kill enemies and the enemy troops, you will level up, which is alright, and you unlock them more. But then there's also a shop system where you can buy upgrades, buy different effects for your weapons and stuff like that, which is like interesting in concept. I just would not put those two ideas together because it overcomplicates it.
Yeah.
Because now you have to worry about your level up and your shop, and that is just a lot. Some people will forget about one or the other.
Sure.
So I think a shooter with one of the two would be pretty cool. But I mean, Deadlock does make it work because it is a MOBA. It does work. It just needs some more time in the oven. I will say that.
Okay, that's fair. It's a bit underbaked. Mm-hmm. It is a alpha, right? Still.
It is alpha, beta, something like that. I don't remember the terms.
Yeah.
But I do like the idea of it, but in the end, it's still a generic hero shooter where you have different characters and different upgrades and stuff.
Yeah. Of which we already have plenty.
Yeah, and then there's Marvel Rivals, which is the one I have the biggest problem with.
Have you played it?
I will say, I haven't, but I've seen gameplay of it. It's good. My only problem with it is, how do you get up there?
Jump off the car.
Jump off the car.
What are we missing? We're missing the water bowl.
Are we like
and the
super
windows.
soldiers?
I
Like,
think
if
so.
this is how do we jump this high?
And then windows.
But I solely believe the reason why Marvel Rivals is successful is only because it's tied to Marvel.
Sure.
Because if it wasn't, they keep everything the exact same, keep the abilities, keep all the abilities, keep like the destruction of the battlefield the same, it would just be another generic hero shooter if it weren't for the fact that it's Marvel characters.
Yeah, I think so. I think you could say that about a lot of the different like brand link properties, you know, brand games.
I could I would, if you said that about the Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare games, I would agree to an extent.
Okay.
Because part of it is that like with most hero shooters like Deadlock, what's it? Yeah, Team TF2 Overwatch, your team does not matter. Your abilities are the same. The difference is in Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare 1, 2, and Battle for Neighborville, the plants and the zombies have very different toolkits and act very differently.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't pick only one character to be good at, because you're not always going to be on that team playing that character.
Okay.
If you're on that team, you can always play that character, but you're not always on that team. So it just makes it more interesting. It makes it so you have to learn more than one character. That, and with, like I said, the different like skins giving different abilities. And this isn't like a buy skins in the Garden Warfare games. It's you play matches to unlock currency to buy card packs, pretty much.
Gotcha.
And in those, to my knowledge, there are no microtransactions. I don't believe there are any.
That's good. Glad to hear that.
Yeah. I know in Battle for Neighborville, there are microtransactions to buy skins, but in that one, it's like its upgrade system's very different. Instead of it being tied to your skins, it is tied to how much you play the character. You unlock pretty much upgrade points for the characters, then you unlock different abilities for them. Whether it's changing how some of their abilities work or giving them a passive or two.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, both games they take a very different take on it by making it so different teams have different objectives, have different characters to play, and they have different skins with different abilities. Like the pea shooter is I've only played a little bit of Garden Warfare 2. There is like Commando P, who instead of being able to rapid fire, his shots are slower but more powerful compared to regular pea shooter, who can shoot faster but they're not as strong. So it's like different play styles on the same character, just like in Team Fortress 2, but their abilities do not change as much.
So
It's more of just like their primary fire. Yeah. So it's like a little bit of in between, and I like that because it makes it unique.
Interesting. I can respect that.
Yeah.
You have like different fundamental internal systems which govern.
Yeah.
That's neat. Path edgings. Ew.
Edging? What?
Path? Edge, path?
And that. And then it's like, we can't, like with the hero shooter genre, you could like, there's probably a lot of generic ones that we just haven't talked about because we haven't experienced yet.
Sure.
Because they're not as popular. Like Concord. Like imagine if Concord wasn't as hyped up as it was. It was just a game that was developed and released. It would have flopped all the same. It would have all the same. It just wouldn't have had the build up that it had.
I think the big thing to blame for that is Sony's release strategy. I think the way that they like announced it on like the state of play and everything as like their big new hero shooter is a bit of a problem. What the fuck is retaining? Oh, is it like it seems like it's like a water thing, right? Retaining is a water thing. But I can't find a single goddamn spec on the water feature.
So you know what? You know what Sony should have done?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say this: they really wanted to make a hero shooter. How could they make it unique? Well, we're at a time where making completely new, unique hero shooters is not a good idea. Like, you have Overwatch, you have TF2. Those two are completely unique with their own unique characters. Then you got Marvel Rivals and Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Those are, for the most part, most of the actual Garden Warfare characters are actually unique to their game. They're just building off of other stuff. Like the first game, you got Sunflower, you got Cactus, you got Pea Shooter. Those are all just standard plants, just made fully functional walking around.
Mm-hmm.
In the second game, they added characters like Colonel Corn, Rose, and Citron, who did not appear in a game previously. They were their own original character for it, but they very much fit in for the game. So, like, doing that, I don't think those games would have gone as well if they didn't have, like, the branding tied to it. But they still, they were still very good. So, like, if Sony really wanted to make their own hero shooter, they could have taken their own, like, Sony characters and put them in a hero shooter.
Look at us!
We did it.
Oh, we're such good cleaners. We're spraying our liquid everywhere.
Yes.
Very nice. Good working.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I want to go to shop and buy stuff. Well, I can't really afford much because you've got the handheld stuff. Can we buy accessories now to the gun?
Maybe.
Because I like the short range hose.
Which one's the short range hose?
Yeah, it's in the extensions category, and it's it's a tube. And it says like short.
Power washers? No. Equipment? Is it an equipment?
It's not. Yeah, it should be an equipment. Yeah, it should be an equipment. It's a hose. It says like short. It should say what was it? It should say Prime Vista. Like it's like a barrel or something.
Prime Vista Pro nozzle.
Yeah,
Prime
yeah.
Vista long extension.
Short extension. That's what I would like.
Short extension. Wait, I can just. We have to buy them eventually.
Yeah, I would like the short extension.
I bought short. I bought long.
Nice. And then there's also the 0 degree nozzle with like circulation variation. That one's pretty tight. Oh no, you already got that. Yeah, the turbo nozzle. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. And I don't really use cleansing liquid, so I'm chill without that.
Mm-hmm.
I am ready to go to the next site when you are.
Oh yes. What do we want to do?
Up to you.
We're
You
in
choose.
Playground.
Admin person.
Yes. So, like, if Sony really wanted to make their own hero shooter, they should have done it with their own characters.
Okay.
Like, you know how cool that would be?
I bet a lot of people would like that. Yeah.
It would be like PlayStation All-Stars, but as a hero shooter. Like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, game.
Like a Smash Brothers sort of thing?
I'm about to say like Smash Bros, but PlayStation
Crossover.
All-Stars is just Smash Bros. It would be a crossover.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Like,
I keep
okay,
hearing good
so
things about PlayStation All-Stars in modern day.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't play Sony games, so like, could you name me some of their, do you know some of their exclusive characters other than Kratos?
There's Tim Drake from Uncharted, I think. And then, there's Uncharted guy. There's the guy from God of War.
That's Kratos.
Kratos, yeah, there's Kratos. You've got Sly Cooper, Ratchet and Clank, Parappa the Rappa. Now I'm just listing characters from PlayStation All Stars. There's the guy from like Twisted Metal. Who are some more modern? You got like the Last of Us, right? You could put Joel in.
Yeah. Like we take characters like that, we take what they do, and then we put it into a hero shooter where they're all together. That would be pretty interesting.
Astro now is a big PlayStation character. That would be cool to see. I really want to get a PS5. I would like to play some more like the modern Sony stuff. I think they've got the more interesting current gen console.
I mean, did you see the PS5 Pro?
I did see the PS5 Pro. I have no interest in that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be very interested in any of the games that come out for that. I'm a person who still spends most of their gaming time on the Nintendo Switch.
Same. I play a lot of it on the Switch, not on my computer, but I do play a good amount on the Switch.
So, but I would be interested to give modern PlayStation stuff a try. That's for certain.
Yeah. If they made a hero shooter like that where they use their exclusive characters, I would consider playing it. Maybe if they put it on PC, because I don't really have any interest in buying like a new console right now. If I'm going to, I would just buy a computer. I
feel like the gameplay loop for most hero shooters is pretty unappealing to me in modern day. A lot of the way that modern hero shooters like generate your like progression and whatnot feels very underwhelming. I think a lot of those games get a pretty negative response out of me in terms of like how they set up their competitive and everything. I feel like a lot of them can be very like burnout generating. There's a lot of feeling of either I can't really tell entirely how I'm performing because my performance in every single match is somehow related to our team as a whole. So I can never really get a full understanding of my individual performance. I think the hero shooter genre has like the highest toxicity of any large genre of gaming in modern day. Like because
Fortnite,
it's so cooperative.
COD.
I would say even more like in modern day, you get more toxicity in hero shooters than your average like COD sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Because again, your performance is reliant on other people. That like I play Pokemon Unite right now, and that's where I'm at my most like angry video game nerd is when I'm playing that game and somebody does something really fucking stupid. I think also another thing, this is also similar to MOBAs, balance is like more frustrating in hero shooters than like any other game. Balance is always like a generator of anguish, but especially in hero shooters, it can be like the game just feels straight up unplayable in certain metas. And as well, many dev teams have done most dev teams in the hero shooter space do a poor job of responding to meta problems. The fact that the biggest like hero shooter game is so headstrong that they won't even revert this 5v5 change, which majority of gamers say was a complete downgrade in terms of the experience. The fact that they won't even make a fundamental change like that to improve the quality of life of their game is very telling. So it's not a genre that I want to put any faith in, essentially. That's my point.
So for that modern one, I'm very new to the game, so I have not really experienced what it's like 6v6. I mostly, since I'm pretty new to the game, I mostly play open queue. Because for one, I don't like when I'm like stuck into a single role. I like being able to choose what I want to do, even if I want to change mid-match.
Sure.
So for one thing is that already 5v5 right now is horrible in open queue because if a team is losing, they either most of them leave or they go like 4 tank, 1 support, and they become an immovable object.
Yeah.
Because like, what are you going to do against a Ramatra shield, a Sigma shield, Reinhardt, and Malga in the back, like, gunning you down.
Shield meta has always been an Overwatch issue, and to hear that has not been fixed is no surprise.
I mean, Overwatch is fixed to a broken meta, is releasing a new character to completely counter that meta, who accidentally fits into that meta.
I will say the big positive is that Bobby Kotick is gone. May that guy rest in fucking feces. I hate that man.
Yeah.
He's former CEO of Activision Blizzard, scum of the earth, CEO type. Go home, Bobby. Fuck off. He can be blamed for a lot of the early Overwatch 2 blunders. And the second he was gone, they made the decision that new characters would be available for everyone. So, Overwatch 2 is going in a positive direction, but it's got a lot of ground to make up if it wants to generate goodwill again, I feel.
So a lot of your complaints are somewhat fixed in TF2, like it's the gameplay loop of it. So TF2 only has 9 classes, but has over, I think it's like 114 total weapons, not including reskin weapons. So, and let's say, because there's 9 classes, and not many of them have much overlap, like Heavy, Pyro, Soldier, they all have the shotgun as a secondary weapon, but they each have like different ones to their role.
Blizzard
like,
needs to drop their
the
cosmetics
Heavy
prices.
has the family business, which
Agreed.
shoots faster, but like does less damage. So like it's a trade-off. So a lot of TF2 complaints, a lot of like hero shooter complaints, I find the solutions in TF2 because it's like, oh, well, the gameplay loop is kind of boring as I don't have many options. Well, with one character having 3 weapons, each having, let's say, 5 different options per slot, that is so many different ways you can play the game based off what weapons you use.
Yeah. I want to point out something. Mike 777 just mentioned Blizzard's cosmetic pricing. That's the thing. When it comes to I'm a big advocator for like cosmetic only microtransactions. I think that is a very it's one of the most ethical it is the most ethical free to play like monetary structure that you can have. But there still is something about there's something about microtransactions that's like purely psychological, you know? There is a psychological element in us, and I honestly think it comes from I'm no psychologist, but I think it comes from our reproductive mindset, right? So think about peacocks. Their like flashing of flowers and everything is primarily a biological mating function, which they can use to attract females. And there comes a also feelings in like a more of a modern mindset of envy that are generated by those same functions. So whenever you're playing a game and you see somebody else has some visual application that you are missing or you do not have access to, that creates like a it's subtle in terms of how predatory it is, but not like
Brad Chat.
And it is not a
the
like
cosmetics
subtle.
are sick looking, but $20 plus for a skin. Hell no to that.
Yeah, $20 plus a skin is fucking ridiculous. But it is still predatory. Is what I was trying to say. Is that like although they haven't locked any gameplay mechanics outside of money, it still can be very predatory just on cosmetics. I mean, take a look at like Fortnite. You know, that without the minus the single player like bonanza is entirely like cosmetics based and is still a $1 trillion IP. So I've said my beef.
I feel like it's more FOMO rather than that. Like, oh my god, cool skin, I have to have it because everyone else is getting it.
Oh yeah,
and that's where like battle passes come in. Where like I used to like. So, I hate to say it, Fortnite is one of my most played games, technically, still, because back before I had a computer, I mostly just played Fortnite on my Switch, like, all day.
Okay.
That's, like, what I would do, so, like, I have 1,000 something hours in Fortnite, and TF2 is like my favorite game, and I only have like 1,100 hours on it from playing it over the last 4 years, compared to like the 4 years. I mean, let's use 4 years because I got my laptop in 2019. I got my Nintendo Switch in 2016 when it came out. So I think Fortnite came out to Switch in 2017. So in that time, I played Fortnite on my Switch for so long, and I still did even after I got a laptop. But it wasn't until like the last like 2 years that I really kind of stopped playing Fortnite as much. And like now, it still resonates as one of my most played games, even though I don't play it anymore. And it will stay there just because of how many hours are on it. And a lot of it is because of the Battle Pass, because it's like other people are getting the Battle Pass, getting the cool Battle Pass skins. Like I can't even remember any because I really only played during Chapter 1. When Chapter 2 dropped, I kind of lost interest. I played time to time, but I didn't buy the Battle Passes anymore as often. Like I got the Secret Agent Battle Pass because the Deadpool was the secret skin, and I like Deadpool. I got the Marvel Battle Pass, but I never completed it. But I got the Season 6 Chapter 1 Battle Pass, and I did it to 100% and beyond. And I did that for the entirety of Chapter 1 onward until Season X, where I didn't fully complete it.
I guess I'd like to modulate our conversation a little bit, because I find this super fucking interesting. So, yeah, I agree that FOMO is also a big motivator. It's probably the primary motivator overall in terms of marketing, especially for video games. But it is the most powerful motivator overall in terms of marketing strength. Do you think there would be it would be a good idea to have laws, we'll talk in the United States just because we know, but that restrict...
Fun fact, the Switch came out on March 3rd, 2017, and Fortnite didn't come on the Switch until June 12th.
Wait, Switch came out in 2017? Then I'm just wrong. Then I got... Okay, this case that I got Switch year 1. I got this... I don't remember years. So I'm almost dirt now, but yeah, so Noma, I was wrong. Thank you for correcting me. I got the Switch within, I think, the month it came out.
Interesting.
And I got the Super Mario Odyssey one, so it came with the red Joy-Cons. I'm surprised it still works. It's like I've had people have their Switches stop working after like 4 or 5 years. Because that's just Nintendo being Nintendo, but that's also probably like people mistreating their devices. And keep in mind, I got it when I was like in 5th, 6th grade. I definitely remember I had it in 6th grade. So like that was back when I was like baby gamer, where I still thought it was okay to throw controllers. So I don't know how it still works, but it still does.
So my question I want to ask was, do you think there should be some sort of legislation in place that prevents games like Fortnite from utilizing IPs in the way that they do to protect children? So, like, I guess the specific example I'll come up with is, what if Bluey was a backpack at the end of a battle pass in Fortnite?
Holy shit, Bluey
battle pass.
Fortnite?
So, like, what if that happened? What are your thoughts on that? Do you think that should be something that maybe we're getting to the point where we're marketing to children specifically in a microtransaction so hard that this needs to be like a federal protection? Or do you think that this is just like in the parents' hands? What are your thoughts?
I think the only I don't like saying I think it's in the parents' hands only because if it was something like Team Fortress 2 where their items are tied behind loot boxes, and keep in mind like there's still like trading in the game in the community market, so like you can just not buy loot boxes and get your items secondhand. You can trade them with people. You can buy them off the community market. They have websites for that.
Which is the fucking coolest thing, yeah.
Yeah, I like that because like it takes people, like it'll be like gambling addicts and like people can like open crates and stuff for the chance of getting the unusual. And if they don't like it, they can sell it on the community market. And like they won't get their money back. They usually won't get their money back. But that just also helps people who do not want to gamble for items. But in a game like Fortnite, because there's no gambling on items, you get what you pay for. I don't know if they could regulate it, because if it was like TF2, where it's loot boxes, where you have a loot box and you have a chance of getting that bluey backpack, that would be considered just child gambling, and that would be not allowed. At least it shouldn't be allowed.
Well, I'm talking more,
with this,
more about ways that these companies can specifically be able to appeal directly monetary purchases in a free game to children.
Yeah.
Which, it's kind of a scary thought, but it's also kind of what's happening right now, so it's an important discussion to be made.
Yeah.
I think there's some merit to having discussions like this, you know? Like, how you can frame purchases that are made by children, you know? So, for example, like, the biggest, like, unfortunately, this is still the biggest example we really have, is the Transformers, G.I. Joe sort of era of television, where the Better Business Bureau determined that host selling, so if you have a show about a character, you cannot have toys of that character appear during the ad breaks for that show, because it's been proven that a child cannot like determine the difference between an ad and content. Yeah. So it's something worth mentioning, and it's obvious that Fortnite has a profound psychological effect in young people. So I think it's going to be interesting to see if this is something that in any way, shape, or form the federal government wants to regulate to force business to be more fair to children who cannot help themselves, or if this is something that goes unregulated and causes rippling effects in a generation that is yet to take control. So
so I really think it should. I think it should be regulated. I just don't think it's possible for it to be, just because of the way it's set up. Because the way it's set up now, it's you get what you paid for. Like, unlike a loot box where you have a chance of getting it, that's gambling. You're not guaranteed anything. With this, as like for a battle pass, as long as you play the game, you're pretty much guaranteed it. If for a shop skin, you are guaranteed getting it. But then it's also different. Like, if you take the game Dead by Daylight, have you played that?
I've played like 2 games, but I know what it is.
So, like, they got characters like Chucky, Freddy Krueger. Yeah, they're DLC. That could be considered the same thing, although that game is not marketed towards kids. But it's
we actually have that. I want to play
still,
that.
it's still using IP to, like, get people's money and stuff. Although the difference is that game is very much not marketed towards kids. So that is, like, something I would, like, say that's totally fine. I don't think it has to be regulated, because it's not like marketing to kids. It's a game for adults, because it's a horror game using characters from movies for adults. So like,
here's a thought I just had.
Anything wrong?
So so in terms of like making sure that the parent is the one confirming a purchase, doesn't really help. Yeah. Because the big reason why children are so profitable to market to is pester power. Pester power specifically being a child's ability to be like marketed to, not understand they're being marketed to, and then believe that whatever they were marketed is a necessity for life. And they will not let their parent forget about it until they forget about it, which won't be long, because it would be longer because they would keep on mentioning it, or until the parent buckles and gets them the item. So I think maybe a potential solution here is a child cannot install, like, you can't install the game, a free-to-play game, in the first place without a parent specifically authorizing the installation and being given a disclosure on all the monetary and like gameplay elements involved. That might be a proper solution, because that way you give a full disclosure to the parents, and B, a child cannot even be subject to the internal game marketing without the parents' approval, you know?
I mean, that is a very much a problem with what it is, free-to-play games as a whole, and especially mobile games.
Yeah, I agree. But if you can stop the kid from downloading it in the first place, in any way, shape, or form, I think that's a very powerful tool that parents, as of right now, do not have.
It's a very hard thing. Like, I've noticed, like, you have younger siblings, don't you?
I do. I have 4 younger siblings.
And how much younger is the youngest?
Charlie,
the youngest
299
is a
Papa Charles.
junior in high
Charlie,
school right now.
299 Papa Charles. Charlie,
So,
299
I have
Papa
a younger
Charles.
brother.
Charlie, 299 Papa Charles.
I'm a very bad older sister. I don't remember how old he is. He's like 7 or 8.
That's okay.
And he has a phone. He has a phone with data, with like all that stuff in it. It wasn't until I think I was 9 or 10 that I had my first phone. And that was my dad's old phone without a SIM card, and it was heavily monitored by him. So it was basically literally just a Game Boy. I could play games on it, and that was about it. That's all I could use it for.
Mm-hmm.
So think of it this way: at my age, at his age, for me, my phone was basically just a Game Boy. I couldn't use the internet. I could really only use YouTube if I was at home. But so like, and then I wasn't until I was like, I think 12, and I don't remember how old I was, that I finally got a real phone that had data and stuff. But it's like, okay, but modern generations, kids are getting phones real young, and it's like, that shouldn't really be happening. Especially with like, my parents are like, oh, you don't need a phone at that age.
Here's another
And now
suggestion.
that he's that age, he has one.
I feel like...
Where's my phone, Dad?
I feel like the argument that children nowadays kind of do need cellular devices is becoming more and more real. I think there is a legitimate safety
I didn't
benefit.
get a smartphone until 4 or 5 grade.
Yeah, I didn't get my I didn't get a smartphone until I was like a senior in high school.
Wow.
But in terms of like, I think there are legitimate safety provisions that smartphones do provide in terms of increasing the communication between parents and children. But I want to make like another like policy suggestion, like requiring phone companies to meet standardized like universal standards for parental control. I think is a great idea. Like, you need to have the following accessible features. Any person setting up a new phone needs to verify that they are 18 years of age or older when like setting up, and then there should be like different levels of accessibility a parent can unlock in a phone. The first one being like the most restricted being text only with specifically parentally accepted numbers and emergency services. And then there should be a level that like it has like app installation, but internet access is completely restricted. And then there's like, you have access to the App Store and everything, but all downloads and such must be like approved via individual request. And these are not extremely difficult processes, but I feel like in order to take any steps to help protect children more, there does need to be more communication, a better way for us to specifically identify ourselves as adults, as non-minors. So that way we can help protect minors from, things they can't understand. And that's just something I'm super passionate about. And I'd love to hear your thoughts.
I think, like, companies like Verizon and, like, not like companies that make phones should make junior phones that act like regular phones, but cannot be used on their own. They're much simpler. They shouldn't have an They shouldn't have an app store in it. They should be directly tied to a parent's phone, and things like making purchases, internet history, stuff like that should be directly connected to that parent's phone by the company that makes the phone and stuff. Let's say I have an iPhone. They should make an iPhone Junior for like younger audiences. It'll have no app store. It'll have like the apps on it will only be able to be downloaded remotely from the parent's phone.
Sure.
So like stuff like that doesn't happen. So like parents can monitor it better. Because a lot of like, you know what ElsaGate is?
ElsaGate? Yeah, I know about ElsaGate. Yeah, YouTube.
So I don't blame ElsaGate. They were making money. The problem with it is the reason why those got popular is a lot of parents are just giving their kids a phone or an iPad or something and not not watching it, making sure they aren't doing stupid stuff. Like, yeah, it's marketed towards kids, and the only way to combat that is parents doing their job parenting. But
yeah,
with stuff like that, parents aren't.
I think there are a lot of failings from YouTube's approach on that as well.
It's definitely like a YouTube issue too, but like, stuff like that and stuff like that's like YouTube should monitor it better. Parents should be monitoring their kids.
We could have a whole discussion about the failings of the YouTube Kids app. Yeah, that app does not.
The company, the companies also should, like, phone companies should be allowing more opportunities, more like abilities for the parents to watch the kids' history and stuff, and like make sure they're not doing stuff like that.
Absolutely. But, I don't think the modern parent has all the utilities they need in the modern day to know that their child is safe, which is very scary. Yeah. Part of the reason why I never want to have kids ever.
Yeah.
There will always be some new technology. There will always be some new method for someone who is not you to have strong influence over your child. And that's horrifying, you know? That's very scary to me. I think another thing, the primary thing that scares me is with child psychology, there's so much we don't know. And I'm just dead terrified of being able to say or do something that would permanently negatively affect my child, you know?
Yeah.
That's scary shit. I don't like that we don't know how our actions during a child's life will create these like permanent disabilities in their life later on. It's scary. Yeah. It's a scary world. So let's check a different topic, because this one's pretty fucking dark. I took us there, and I apologize, but I think it was fruitful. What would you like to talk about? Yeah, it was
nice. I can't say the first thing that came to mind because it's not safe.
Big fucking titties. That's what I want to talk about.
No, what do I want to talk about? The first thing that came to mind was anal.
You know, that makes me think of Red Letter Media. They did an episode where they covered the guide to to identifying satanic cults, and they go over like the quote unquote satanic calendar and all the different dates that are like special anal celebrations, and they just have a compilation in that episode where they just have they have the like generic straight like announcer guy voice saying anal.
Oh my god.
It's pretty fucking funny.
No, you know, a lot of people would think things are satanic when they aren't. Like, we live in America, we have freedom of religion, but that's like very much an asterisk because most people would think bad of you if you aren't cis, het, white, or Christian.
Oh, sorry. I was a Catboy 5 dancing. Continue.
Oh my god. But like, we like in America, if you don't fit in the mold of like a cis, het, Christian person, you're a bad person. And like, I have, for example, I have a choker with a pentagram on it, and I talked about my stepdad. My stepdad's principal. 20 years ago, when he like started being like in education. If I wore that into school, the principal or somebody would stop me from wearing it because it's satanic. It's bad because it's not Christian.
Crazy.
But in America, we have freedom of religion and we're allowed to practice whatever we want. Now, no, I'm not wearing it because it's satanic. I'm wearing it because it looks cool and I like chokers.
Sure.
So like, if a school were to, let's say this, a school were to take that away from me because they say it's satanic and I can't wear it. If that's not in their dress code, most dress codes use like no hats, no too revealing clothes. I would be allowed to sue the school for not allowing me to have my freedom of religion, even if I do not practice that religion, it's still a violation of it because of that.
My girlfriend is technically
because
Christian.
of why they're saying that.
Yeah, I think in terms of like technically Christian, just to like talk about that being brought up, I think it's definitely where your moral belief system originates, and whether or not your religion is an excuse for you to ignore having your own moral code. That's what's important. Yeah, do you judge other people's actions depending on your own values, or do you let others tell you what those values should be? That is like the biggest like delineation for people who are practices of religion. I think it's one of those things that you just learn about a person over long periods of time. It's things that you just learn about a person that maybe you can't ever fully understand about somebody who's just a friend. You need to have this like closer relationship with in order to sort of be able to discern. But religion is a touchy subject. I have my own colored past with it. But I think at this point everybody does, you know? It makes itself such a strong control over your life that it's almost like either you've never encountered it or it had a large impact on you in some way, shape, or form. Which is... It's kind of upsetting, you know? It's a Thanos inevitability moment. And I wish it wasn't.
Have you heard Playboy's gay story?
No, I've not. Dish.
So, I think it was like a long while back, Playboy wrote this, like, you know what Playboy I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know it. It's the bunny ears, ladies, skimpy boobs.
Yeah, so they wrote a story about, apparently it was this world that everybody lived in, where everybody was considerably gay.
Okay.
Like, it was to the point that it was illegal to be straight, people were like grown in labs, and it was about this straight guy who would secretly meet up with a girl.
Okay.
And in the end, he's arrested for that, and it was there's a lot of public outcry, like, you can't do that, you can't arrest somebody for being straight, stuff like that. And the whole point of it was, then why do we do it to gay people? Why do we do it to LGBTQ people? That was the whole point of it. And I think the fact that it came from Playboy, from what I've been told about it, the fact that it came from Playboy is what makes it funny.
Yeah, absolutely. That is quite ironic, because it's very. But
But it's still the same. Of like, in that story, it's if this person is not allowed to do this, he's being arrested for it. Why do we do it?
Yogurt 41 pipe 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 yogurt 41 pipe.
That is funny. It reminds me of one of the movies which I think I've recommended for the show, which is The Lobster, and that film it shows a world where not being a relationship, being single is illegal, and it makes commentary upon, like, specifically in adult life, how it feels like marriage and partnership is a necessity, and you don't have an identity. You aren't a participating member of society otherwise.
Yeah, that was the movie we were gonna do last time, but instead we opted for a spooky movie for Halloween.
Yeah. That is high on my recommendations list. That's a Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Big recommendation. He's one of my favorite modern directors. Also has Colin Farrell in it. If you know Colin Farrell.
I don't know actors.
Did you watch the Robert Pattinson Batman movie?
No.
No. Have you heard about the Banshees of Inisherin?
That sounds interesting, but I haven't.
No, I think he's in the fucking those movies about the gentleman spies. I don't know. He's great though.
Fun fact:
I love
Swamp is in Power Wash Simulator.
I do want to play the Shrek stuff. I
you want to do that next?
Yeah, I'm down to do that next. I saw that they have the Potions Lab from Shrek 2, which is, fun fact, the best Shrek movie, and there's no discussion about that. So I would like to do the Potions Lab as well. I think that'd be really fun.
I just wonder, what is your favorite Shrek movie? I'm
It's Shrek
guessing
2.
it's 2.
It's Shrek 2.
Mm.
That was not a joke. It is mandatory that everybody loves Shrek 2 the best, because it is the best. I saw that for its
I like
re-release
Shrek
this
2.
year. They did a theatrical re-release of the movie, and I saw it, and I was what's the phrase for? I was Shrek bounding. I had
Shrek maxing?
I had fishnet, green fishnet like gloves, and green like long knee socks, and a green
I need
shirt.
to see this.
Yeah, it was awesome. I had a great time, and everybody in the theater was singing along to "I Need a Hero." It's the best Shrek movie. There's no discussion.
Did you take a picture of you in that outfit?
I think the person I went with took a picture of me. Yes, if you remind me, I'll send it to you.
I need to see this.
Yeah, or I'll post it in my stream Discord server if anybody wants that. But yeah, I love Shrek 2. It is the best Shrek movie. It is it has the strongest, most emotional story. It has the coolest visuals. It's the funniest. It's got the best music. It has the best pop culture references. It has the best villain. It's all of the above. I don't see a single argument for any of the other Shrek movies.
I was at the Renaissance Fair yesterday, and there was like I saw like a bunch of different people in Shrek costumes and Lord Farquaad
When I was
costumes.
6, I got an existential crisis from Shrek Forever After.
Shrek Forever After is a pretty trippy movie, especially for kids. That one's quite odd. I do like that Jane Lynch is in it, though. I love Jane Lynch. We all stand for the cheerleading coach from Glee. No matter where you come from. So like what you said, you saw people dressing up as like Lord Farquaad from Shrek?
Yesterday I was at the Renaissance Fair, and there was like a few people dressed as Shrek from different varying qualities of the costume. Like some of them was like the face paint to be green, stuff like that. Some people it was just like it was just one really big guy who basically had Shrek's outfit on. He didn't do anything special with it. He just had the outfit on. A couple people with ogre horns.
That's
One
funny.
person, I saw their costume. I didn't recognize it at first. They were a princess with one of those masquerade masks. But it was one of Fiona as an ogre. It was like a green ogre mask.
That's
So it was a
odd.
masquerade mask, but it was an ogre, so it was Fiona. And there was a couple Lord Farquaads. There was a Lady Farquaad there too. That was pretty cool.
Nice. Lord Farquaad is a great
I
character.
had an existential crisis from the part
I
where Shrek
saw.
went
Did
back
you
to
ever
the
see
day
the
he was
Shrek
born, but that day
4D
didn't exist.
experience?
Oh, you got to see that in person? I had the Shrek 3D CD, which is basically the same thing, but with 3D glasses. At your home television.
Yes, I got water. I got liquid death with me.
Good. Yeah, the Shrek, the part where Shrek did no longer exist, I could see how that could give you an existential crisis. Was that like your first existential crisis?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah,
It's the Pirates of the Caribbean meme. First time.
every time I think about death, I have an existential crisis. That's like the easiest trigger for me.
What do you think of death from Puss in Boots: The Last Wish?
Oh, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish is a fucking fantastic movie. I haven't.
I asked,
I
what
need
do
to
you think of
rewatch
Death?
it.
Well,
When
I
think
was
of
6
Death-
years old.
That's fair.
What do you think of him?
I think he's great. I think the voice acting is the strongest part of the character. I don't think the character design is the strongest thing, but I think the way they animate him is what makes up for it.
I like his character design because this isn't like our death. This is DreamWorks death.
I know.
This is in a world where we get gingerbread people and ogres, so him being a big bad wolf makes so much sense.
He just didn't feel as big or as bad as I would expect from actual death.
Well, no, but death isn't really a villain. He's a force of nature. Like, that's an unavoidable thing. He's not there to try and kill. He's like not trying to directly kill Puss. But if you think back to the movie, he only appears every time that Puss is in a life or death situation.
I just feel like death should be larger than life in some way, shape, or form. And except in animation of the character, if I wasn't told this was death, I would just think it's normal wolf. And I think that's a bit of a problem.
I guess, yeah.
I have a bit of an issue with that. I should, like, especially with the Shrek universe, where everything of a magical nature or somewhat is so visually, like, unique. I think that the character design for Death is the teeniest bit lacking. But again, in execution, fantastic. But at the character design standpoint, I expect a little bit more. Like, the character design for fucking, SNL funny man, with his thumb in the plum. What's his name? He's
Big Jack Horner?
Yeah, Big Jack Horner has a more standout character design than Death does. I think that's a little bit of a problem.
The way they handled having 3 villains in that movie was amazing.
Yeah, extremely well executed, and it felt so natural, which is insane.
Because it was like, one of them was Jack Horner, who was a villain for the sake of being a villain. And that's what I like. Yeah, he's like one of those evil guys, like Jiminy D. Crickman. You're an irredeemable monster.
Which is so refreshing in modern animation, because we're in the twist villain phase of modern animation right now.
We're in the twist villain and redeemable villain phase of like movies. But it's nice to see a villain who isn't a twist villain and isn't like trying to be redeemable. He's a villain to be a villain.
Yeah, he's just like, a dick.
He's just petty because like he was only, what was he? He wasn't a full-on fairy tale. He was just what, like a rhyme or something.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that's why he was pissed. He was, I can't remember. I haven't seen the movie since it came out in theaters. I really got to rewatch that film. I fucking love it. Though.
But
it's amazing.
Then it's like with Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, they're just looking for their home, except for the fact it doesn't make sense because I believe in the first movie they see Mama Bear skinned as a rug for Farquaad.
And whatever.
One of the movies they have the 3 Bears skinned as a rug for the villain.
But in addition to that, a fucking Rumpelstiltskin makes an appearance in Shrek 2. So, and it's not the same Rumpelstiltskin from Forever After. So the Shrek, this is a commonality with the Shrek movies. It's something that I don't care about. It's whatever.
Yeah. But the idea of like these guys being a family and them being the villains is really interesting, especially when that's not really how they are as like characters in the original fairy tale.
Yeah, it's an interesting take. These characters can be more than their stories, which is really nice to see. I quite enjoy that. These are just like these are templates they can use to tell the stories that they want to.
Because each villain was very different. It was Jack Horner, who was just evil for the sake of being evil. There was Goldilocks and the 3 Bears, who were relatable. Like relatable because like they just want to find their own home. That's why they're doing it. They're being selfish, yes, but they just want to find their own home. So they're relatable. They didn't really feel like villains. They felt more like anti-heroes? I guess.
Well, they had motivations that oppose the protagonist, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to our standpoint, if the movie was about them, then Puss and Kitty Softpaws would be the villains.
Exactly.
But that's the difference of Gru being a bad guy. Like, no, like, straight up, Gru in the first movie is a villain. That's his character. He's a bad guy. He's going to steal stuff. But he's still the protagonist. He's the protagonist, but he's a villain. But in both ways, Puss and Goldilocks, neither one of them are villains. They're just protagonists and antagonists, depending on your point of view of the movie.
Can I just say, like, speaking on the Despicable Me thing, while we're on this standpoint for just like a mini tangent,
I shouldn't mention it.
The worst. I'll keep it short. The worst decision they made in Despicable Me was making Gru no longer a villain. Why?
Yeah.
That is a decision you only make if you want the movie to be less fun. Why the fuck did you do that?
Yeah.
It's so fucking lame that he's working for Sir Ramsbottom. That's literally his boss. It's one step above Gru is Sir fucking Ramsbottom. Wouldn't it have been cooler if his love interest was a villain and she could have more of an identity for herself besides Christian Wig funny woman? I have so many problems with Despicable Me. That is just a structural story decision that makes no goddamn sense, except for the audience for the first film was not young enough. Okay. That is I've said my piece about Despicable Me for the evening.
Yeah. Yeah, that you get one next time you're being ejected from the ship.
Well, next time this night. It resets every day. I get one a day.
Fine.
Mm.
But yeah, like the idea of like kind of like Megamind 2. Megamind is the villain, but he's our protagonist.
And kids in general
I
to
like
get
it when
crisis.
the movie's
Oh, yeah.
villain is the protagonist. But mostly when the villain is not a relatable villain. Like imagine the MCU, but instead of following Iron Man, you're following what's his name? Thanos, where he comes from an impoverished land and he has this idea of if you cut people in half, you get more resources for the people who are alive. In that sense, Iron Man becomes the villain. Because our protagonist is Thanos, and he's doing what he believes is right, and as an audience, we're on his side. So, like, a good protagonist can be a villain if the villain is a villain for the sake of being a villain. If that makes sense.
A good protagonist could be... Could you rephrase that, maybe? I'm having a little bit of trouble following what you're saying.
Okay, so having a villain who you can relate to because of their story, because like what they believe is right, like Goldilocks, having them be a protagonist and then having other antagonists is one thing, but I like it if they have the villain as the protagonist because like Thanos is the villain of the MCU, at least he was. But if the movie was called Thanos and we followed his story, he would be the hero, and Iron Man and the Avengers, they would be the villains because they're stopping him.
I would say from my point of view, any protagonist is most interesting if their motivations, if their ideals are challenged and change. So, if you do have a villain, as you say, being the protagonist, and they start off the film as a pure villain, then to me the most interesting story would be them no longer being that way as a protagonist character. Yeah, exactly. But the opposite, a villainous character who does not have pure villainous motivations, but then later changes for pure villainy would also be acceptable under my criteria for an interesting story. So I see what you're getting at, but I think the point is that, like, if you're having a villain in your story that is straight up the antagonist, most of the time it can be detrimental to have that antagonist no longer become an antagonist by the end, because it just detracts from the main character's strife, you know?
But in this case, the antagonist that in this case would be, like, the villain would be the protagonist in that case.
Yeah, so them changing their motivation, I would think, is beneficial to the story. I think that having a protagonist with
Charlie 299
altering
panic Charlie 299
beliefs and challenge motivation is above all else like a necessity in a story. So I would say that even if your main character is a villain, their motivation should shift somewhat. They don't need to become good, but they should fundamentally change the way they think about something by the end of the film.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to argue for.
We need more stories where the hero becomes the villain.
I would agree with that.
It's always either something like Megamind and Despicable Me, where Gru or Megamind become the hero in the end, you know? With Megamind, it does make sense, because Megamind was very much a Joker-type villain, where he was being a villain to just antagonize the hero. That is what they had, because once Metro Man was gone, Megamind had nothing to do.
Well, he believed it was his purpose.
Yeah, that was his purpose. That's the same thing that Joker has. Like, Joker has fun and villainy by being the antithesis to Batman.
I would even specify it a little bit further, that we need stories where heroes become villains by the end of the story. So the conclusion of the story is that they're villain, not like another Captain America Civil War story. We don't need more of those where Iron Man is just the villain because of circumstance. I would like these characters to have storylines that lead them towards a darker path by the end of it, you know?
I wouldn't really call Iron Man the villain in Captain America Civil War, because if we make the movie Iron Man Civil War, Captain America becomes the villain.
Yeah, but the story really is told from Captain America's perspective. So
it is told from his perspective. It is, but it's more of just a difference in ideology in how the Avengers should operate.
I just don't think it was super well executed. I don't think it was very nuanced. It could have been way better done if they really wanted you to be able to take sides. But for me, I think ultimately it really just ends up being like a bit of a marketing gimmick, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was in that time where you had stuff like Batman versus Superman, Godzilla versus Kong. It was at like coming at as like the beginning of like that time where it was like character versus character.
Definitely before Godzilla versus Kong, but yeah. Well, Batman and Superman was rushed out for Civil War, so I don't think those are really comparable. One was made directly because of the other.
Yeah, but it's like it was still that same concept of having two heroes fight each other for whatever.
I would call it along the lines of like the multiverse saga. We're doing it because it's gonna make us money, and so I don't think it's really like a strong conceptual motivation. It's more of how do we bring our cash cow into the next golden field, you know? And that's, again, where a lot of my complaints with, like, the multiverse saga comes from. That we're doing the multiverse because we know it's going to make us money, but we're not doing it because it's good for the story.
I mean, they kind of are dropping the multiverse stuff for a little bit because of the whole Jonathan Majors thing.
No, not really. Kang's Dynasty is no longer happening that way. But it's, what's the title for it now? It's Avengers Doomsday. That's it.
I thought it was Age of Doom or whatever.
No, it's Doomsday. Bet you $5 it's Doomsday.
Are you a true Doomhead? Do you know this for $5?
Yeah, I know this for $5.
You probably are right. But it's Age of Ultron, and then it's Doomsday. Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
so Doomsday is the next Avengers film. And then we get Secret Wars. So those are both still multiverse films. I hope that they've learned from the multiverse saga and they make the multiverse movies a solid conclusion to that. Like, they find a way to make the multiverse matter to the characters and not just to the money of the movie.
Oh, speaking of, I did watch Deadpool and Wolverine the other day.
Oh yeah,
it was amazing.
Okay, tell me about it. What characters did you like? What did you think of the movie?
It was amazing. I love how Deadpool, as always, is very meta about it. You know, I'm Marvel Jesus, and he doesn't back down until like they're like, fine, whatever.
That is funniest joke in the movie for me is fuck you, Fox. I'm going to Disneyland.
Yeah,
that's the funniest bit in the movie for me. Absolutely.
I also love how they bring in a specific Wolverine that's like a failure of it. But I think my favorite gag is comic book accurate Wolverine. Because I don't know if you know this, but in the comics, Wolverine is really short.
Yeah, well, I think everybody knows it now after seeing Deadpool and Wolverine. But yeah.
Yeah, but like that was the first one was comic accurate Wolverine. Although there is one bit that like I knew that wasn't right, and that was when Deadpool was interviewing for the Avengers. It said that was 616, but they're trying to make it so the MCU is not 616. Like, what does Miguelis say? The MCU is called at the beginning of Spider-Verse.
I think he says it's like 19999, something like that.
Yeah,
it's close to that. So yeah, the naming conventions and whatnot are kind of whatever. The thing is that what's his name? The spooky Mysterio in Far From Home says that they're in Earth 616. So if it is actually the 616 universe, then that was a really fucking stupid line.
No, like, keep in mind that Mysterio is making it all up. He's not from another universe.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying that's a really stupid line, because he just randomly made up the exact number that the universe is. That's what I'm saying is stupid.
Yeah. But also, then there was that time in Multiverse of Madness where didn't they confirm it was that in Multiverse of Madness? If I never thought about that movie again, it would be too soon. Yeah. But I'm gonna say this one bit. In it, when Doctor Strange is in the alternate timeline with the Illuminati, I'm pretty sure the one lady who I think is supposed to be his love interest. I don't remember the Doctor Strange movies well.
Yeah. We know Dr.
Christine,
Lady Love
I think
Interest
is her name.
X. Yeah, Christine. That's it. You got it.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, you're from Universe 616. I think she says like that is your universe number compared to ours. Like there's like 414 or something.
Yeah, whatever. That movie is probably my least favorite MCU film. I would struggle to find one that I like.
Eternals.
I think that Eternals is less corporate than Doctor Strange 2 is. I think Eternals is a complete and utter failure of construction, but it still had some people behind it who were trying to make it work creatively. I think it still had an interesting visual style that wasn't just Evil Dead, but with higher budget. I think that Eternals had a lot of new faces, which I was interesting to see. I think that Eternals tried to do something interesting with the characters that they introduced, instead of just making their main character relive the same issues from the first movie, and B, adding straight love drama, because you can't write straight people who are just regularly in love. That's so difficult to do for some reason.
You know, they didn't have the first sex scene in the MCU in that one.
So I just gonna say I would take Eternals over Doctor Strange 2. I would watch Eternals over Doctor Strange 2. Fun fact, they're also basically the same length. So I wouldn't choose one over the other because of length. I would probably choose Eternals so I could try to maybe like appreciate it and understand it a little bit better. Also, Eternals has Barry Keoghan, which honestly, if the difference was they were both the same movie and one had Barry Keoghan, I would pick Eternals because it had Barry Keoghan in it. I love that guy. Hot as fuck. Have you seen Saltburn?
No.
Nah, he's the main character in Saltburn. You gotta watch Saltburn. That movie will fuck you up. Good film. I love a good new trauma found added to collection movie.
I will say I am really disappointed in Multiverse of Madness because Wanda was the main villain, but like WandaVision was a pretty good show.
Oh yeah.
The early Disney Plus show was really good. That one was like very creative. How it was all in Wanda's imagination and stuff like that, and it's slowly breaking, and they're slowly figuring that out. A lot of the early Disney Plus shows were really good, but now they're very much not good.
Have you started Agatha?
I haven't, and I don't really want to, because didn't they say the ending is supposed to be like one really big gay mess or something?
I don't know, but I'll say that I am currently watching Agatha week to week, and I'd say it's actually a pretty good show. It handles its weekly release very well. It's got a strong premise. It's got a strong cast. I love Catherine Hahn at the front of it. She's very entertaining. The witch stuff is, right now, a little bit of a disappointment visually. I don't think it is fully as visually unique as it needs to be, you know? Like, I think the last Marvel film to really nail a unique visual style was Shang-Chi, and we haven't had anything of that caliber since.
There's actually one problem I have in concept is that it's really late. Like, didn't Disney Plus come out in 2019?
Something like that. It has been a long time, yeah.
So, like, if WandaVision was one of, like, the debut shows for Disney Plus, because that was one of the first Marvel shows on it, and that's a sequel to it, why did they wait so long? And I know, like, it takes a long time to make it.
It's really not a sequel. It does continue a lot of characters from the original show, so I don't think you can... I wouldn't say that it being so long is really a bad thing about Agatha. I would say if you're going to criticize that, you should criticize the fact that the MCU has introduced more characters than it has time to work with. Like they decided to continue adding an influx of people that we're just going to temporarily forget about. So the problem is less that Agatha all along has been too long since WandaVision, and the problem is more that we forgot that Agatha existed since WandaVision came out.
Yeah.
That's my issue,
That's like,
I'd say.
yeah, like that's an issue with it because like no, not many people are gonna be interested in it because like right now, if that show came out even a year after it, I'd be interested in watching it. But currently, I'm not interested in even opening Disney Plus because unless I want to watch The Simpsons, which I don't even know, I guess they did buy Fox, so that's how. But like,
Yeah.
but like, there's nothing really on Disney Plus I want to go out of my way and watch right now.
I would, if I had a time machine and I had the ability, I would go back in time to stop the Disney Fox merger. That has had such large ramifications on our country and was such an awful decision in the first place.
But hey, now
that has
now
had
I think
crushing ramifications on society.
I think now you can watch what's it, Family Guy on Disney Plus now.
Pog. I'm so glad I can watch Peter Griffin on the Mickey Mouse streaming service. Never mind, I take back everything I said.
I also find it funny that Family Guy used to make jokes about Disney, but now their Disney joke is we can't make that joke anymore because Disney.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think the comedy show that I watched that did that sort of comedy the best was, unfortunately, Solar Opposites on Hulu. That had a little episode called Hulu Land, where they went to like the Hulu themed theme park.
Lululand.
No, Hulu.
Lululand.
Hulu. But yeah,
Lululand.
That show did the meta stuff pretty well, I would say, in terms of the comedic potential of it. So yeah, I agree though that there is some unfortunate framing which will get in the way of individuals enjoying this sort of show.
Yeah.
But the people specifically involved with Agatha are just really strong. So I need to voice my my praises of it, so that way maybe more people get involved. It's also like I struggle watching television. Like that is my least favorite form of content consumption. But this show, so far, the weekly like release schedule and everything has been pretty positive. I've enjoyed a lot of what I've seen, and it definitely has a story that's built to keep you entertained and keep you involved week to week. So I have, as of right now, really nothing but praises to say about the film, except for really biggest disappointment again being that the witches don't quite have a unique visual style that separates them from the rest of the MCU. That's my biggest problem.
It's actually a really big problem with streaming services right now, and is that many people overconsume on like movies and TV shows. Like if there's a new TV show with only like 8-12 episodes, people were like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. They binge it all in like one night, maybe two, and it's just in one ear, out the other. If you quiz them on like the show, maybe most people would get maybe at most 50%, because like I would, like, a new show comes out and I'd watch it. I used to watch new shows on Netflix time to time. I don't anymore, but I used to watch them, and like within a week, most of it just left my mind because like new show, new thing to watch.
I'll say one of the best ways that shows can like prevent this is when they make themselves character based, right? We're not really focused on a strong continuing plot throughout all the episodes. We're focused on developing and growing a specific character. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is far more about characterizing Walter and his change in his life. And it's far more about, it's far less about, well, specifically what is the whole drug situation with him, you know? That's less of a priority than Walter as a person. And,
because, like, most people remember it as the funny show where they cook meth, but they only cook meth, like, one maybe 12th of the actual screen time, not even as, like, them cooking meth or talking about cooking meth. A lot of it is just them talking about how he's a drug dealer, all that stuff. Talking about it, but like I think like barely a fraction of it is like actually them doing the cooking and them like actually distributing and stuff. At least later on. Like the early seasons, like season 1 definitely was a lot of just like cooking meth, distributing it, trying to hide it from Skylar. But then like season 2, season 3, it became about him as a character.
I'm so glad they break that barrier. Because that easily could have been something that, like, for the concept of the show, we can never have that happen, because then it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
No, it can happen, and there are ways that would be handled that wouldn't stop the plot of the show. I think that's a barrier that a lesser show wouldn't have crossed.
What are we missing?
So there's some on this strut right here I'm working on, and I think there's also this roof right here has work to be done. Okay, that strut's done. This strut has more.
This roof right here.
That roof has a lot of stuff on the sides. There is I like, for the most part, trying to do the cleans without the dirt show button, but at a certain point it does become a necessity, unfortunately.
So, have you watched the Fallout TV show?
I have not watched the Fallout TV show, but I've heard nothing but great things, and it has Walter Goggins in it.
Yeah. So, for the one thing is, there's basically 4 plot lines going at once, but they do it perfectly.
Really? Okay. You want to elaborate without spoiling, maybe?
Okay, so the 4 plot lines are, it's the typical, oh god, here's this entire side. It's the typical, Fallout, I think it's like Fallout 1, where the main the main girl's father is kidnapped, so she leaves the vault to go find him. So there's that. There is the Brotherhood with this one guy who was just a squire who pretty much followed the guy in the mech suit, then later on becomes the guy in the mech suit. There is the Ghoul, who is an outlaw who just wants to make money, you know? He just wants his own gain. And then there is the secrets of the vault, because you know, in Fallout lore, most of the vaults weren't actually like to protect people; they were experiments. So it's basically the people still in the vault, the main character's brother, finding out those experiments. Those are like the 4 main plot lines, and they do intersect at points. Like at certain points, the ghoul and the girl leaving the vault come together. At certain points, the girl and the guy from the Brotherhood come together. So it's not really 4 different plot lines going at once. It's more like 2 or 3.
But they kind of like intersect in some way.
They do intersect a good bit, and they do it perfectly, because they do it in a way Fallout would, because it's not something like cutting randomly to the other plot lines. It's all story important.
Interesting. Okay.
I would definitely watch it. It's definitely good. It's definitely up there on, like, you know, like the Sonic movie, how like that's pretty much the golden standard for video game movies at this point. I don't know how Sonic become the golden standard, but he is.
For anything. Yeah.
I mean, I do like the Sonic movies. They're really good. I can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah! I keep seeing trailers for it, and really the big motivator for me to... I haven't seen any of them. The big motivator for me to see any of them is Jim Carrey. Because he's just hamming the fuck up, and that's exactly what I want from a Jim Carrey performance, so...
Didn't Jim Carrey say, like, he denounces Hollywood and he wants to stop making movies? Then it's like, Sonic? Hell yeah, I'm on board.
Can you blame the man?
No, I can't.
Well, there you go. Okay, we're
like...
a little bit here. Oh, the struts up here need some more work. That, and let me switch downwards. Okay, that one's done. Man, there's still a lot to go, because we haven't even gotten down to 3 yet. Let's see. So there's slide guards, and slide platforms. The slide needs a lot more work.
How do you see what's left? I only see, like,
press the escape bar.
Oh.
Oh. Okay,
but like, the Sonic movie did it really well, because something like, take the Uncharted movie, how I've heard a lot of the parts of it are just shot-for-shot remake from the movie, which is alright. The game, yeah, which is alright. If they want to do that, they can, but like, realistically, a video game movie or TV show it'd be taking the characters and putting them in an environment that would not work as a game. Like the Sonic movies would not work well as a game, not at all. That's what makes them as a movie so good.
Yeah, I think there are fundamental story structure elements that don't work for both mediums and shouldn't work for both mediums and make both mediums special. And I think that's definitely something I think might be an issue for the Uncharted movie. I haven't seen it, so I can't really talk much about it. But I can see where you're coming from. I agree with the sentiment.
And like you saw the Mario movie, right?
Yeah, of course.
So then, like, I really like how they made Luigi the one in danger, not Peach.
Is there anything at the top of these monkey bars, really quick, that used to be gotten?
Let me look. Which really works because, oh yeah, the entire top of the monkey bars. Which really works because if Peach is in danger, Mario wouldn't really be motivated to save her because in this storyline, he doesn't know her. If she's in danger in the sequel, yeah, then he's gonna save her. But remember, he really only goes to save her after he gets Luigi back. And after he's, like, spent most of the movie with her.
Yeah.
So, like, if they had her, the damsel in distress, right off the beat, like, right off the bat, I don't think it would have been as impactful as Luigi being in trouble. He has to be, like, go save his little brother.
I think that there's a lot of different problems with how that film is structured, but hey, thanks for the follow, mental fuck. Appreciate it. I think
mental
thank you for the
_
follow.
Thanks for following.
Alright, so let's see, what else do we have to clean? We need to do stools. There's stools and tower floors and walls. Okay, so there's 2 tower walls and a tower floor that needs to be done. Is it this bench? I'm just gonna check like the bottoms of the benches. I think that's probably the culprit. Some of these benches got a dirty bottom in it. Gudna? You got a ruddy bottom, brother?
I don't see anything up here. I'm spamming tab at this point.
Yeah, you know what I did? I bound show dirt to left click so I can spam it easier. Well, goddamn, I feel like I walked around all the benches.
Then what do you use to shoot?
Right click is toggle shoot.
Oh, so you just do that.
Yeah. And I rebound left click to like one of my side mouse buttons. Where are you, dirty stool? Who crapped on you? Show me. Tell me who did this to you. Was it that bastard Paul? I'll go get his ass. Paul!
It's these stools over here.
Oh, smart. You're smart. Okay, I think we still have... There's still some tower floors and tower walls that
There
need to be
go.
done. So let me focus on the floors real quick. Is it you? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. Oh, there. You're dirty as fuck. Look at you, huh? Okay. I think that's the tower floor that was dirty. No, it's this tower floor. Oh, look at you. Oh, so nasty. Gonna clean you up right. There you go. Somebody came on that thing. So that's cleaned up. This is tower walls, I think, still. There's still a tower wall or two that needs to be gotten. Maybe the tower wall means interior tower wall. Let's look in the interiors.
Yeah. We're on our own little fort.
What about you? Oh, I see.
Did you find it?
I think so. Maybe it's dirty on the other side. I saw some red there, but I'm.
Wait, does yours
I'm on
glow
full
red?
brown.
Mine glows yellow.
Or yellow, orange. I'm colorblind. Okay, it's
I
showing
found
up up here. All right, there you go.
Over here.
I got some too. Oh man, it's all of these walls. Just need a little bit of freshening up. Okay, climbing pole guards. Okay, so this is the climbing pole, right? So the guards are up there. No, it's not. Oh,
Large bridge slat.
got that. Maybe I just need to go up to see them better. Oh, yeah, you're dirty, aren't you? Someone took a crap on that thing. Large bridge slats. Huh? 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 What the fuck is a slat?
A slat is a J slat.
Ah, I see. And then small blue floor. So you want to look for the slats? I'll look for the blue floor. Oh, I found the blue floor.
I'll look for slat.
Alright, got the blue floor. Okay.
Now we need to find the slat. And the bridges are right
I
here.
think the slats are these, yeah, these horizontal thingies. So one of them, two of them are doity. Who's a dirty little bridge slat? It sounds so
Oh my
visceral.
god.
It sounds so visceral.
Uh-huh.
Are you my little bridge slat?
Who's the
Huh?
dirt?
Do you want to
Who's the
stand up
dirt bridge slat?
Do you want to stand up horizontally and be all dirty and shit? Huh? Is that you? Oh yeah, that one's dirty.
Oh, I
You got
found
that
it.
one. Okay, so there's one more.
It's these like little support beams.
Yes. Who's our little dirty bridge slat? Come
I
out,
mean,
come
there's
out.
nothing stopping me from just doing this and hoping for the best.
Are you my dirty little bridge slat, huh? You standing up all dirty? You trying to embarrass mama, huh? Get over your little shit. Where are you?
Come
I can
here.
smell your fear. It's predominantly composed of urine.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you, you smell like piss. Are you my little piss slat, huh?
Oh my, there's something wrong with you. dude.
Oh, I thought I saw something, but it was just your water. Who's my little piss slat? Maybe it's in a weird place. Like we're skipping over it because
Probably.
it's in a weird place. It's still a slat, but it's a weird slat.
Come on.
Where is my piss slat? They did surgery on a bridge slat? No way. No way, I don't believe you. That's science fiction.
I mean, the apartment complex doesn't seem too complex to me.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward to me, Hoss. I find it rather simple. Wood-fired pizza? Or is pizza gonna get a job now?
What?
Bridge slat.
I found it. I don't know where it's at, but I found it.
You found it? Who is it? Who's the dirty slat? Is the dirty slat?
It's the one I'm shooting right now. It's somewhere on it.
Okay. It's
When I
not
hover over it, it has like the little the bar on the top left. It's not fully like down. So just spray it.
I don't
Spray
think that's the one.
Oh, it's definitely the one. Come here.
Okay, okay. Wait. Oh yeah, no, you're right.
Yep.
Oh,
There we go.
sick.
We did it.
Yo! Playroom complete. We did it.
Yes.
Let's go,
Let me go
chat.
to Shoop.
Let's watch our compilation.
Let's buy
This
the
is
Shoop.
fun. I like this. But I was thinking that if we like it enough, which I kind of do, we might want to make this our podcast game.
Maybe.
Because I'm kind of fucking like enjoying it. What? Oh, it's in progress because I didn't finish it on my game yet.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we going to next, Hoss?
Let me first select this. Oh, I just realized something.
What did you realize?
So I think the modifications only are for certain ones.
Yeah, they are. That's correct.
Yeah, so that's why I couldn't use them before. But we're gonna go to Shrek now. We're gonna have some Shreks.
I would like to buy a new. Do we have enough stars to buy a new power washer?
Oh, I did buy a new one.
You did? Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, the urban. Okay, cool. Can we get the short range stub for it?
I don't know if we have enough for it. Let's see, equipment for the urban short range stub. I don't have enough for it yet.
Okay, that's fine. Yay! What's the stat differences? Let's see. So it's got larger surface. Okay, and then it's got like different types: encrusted, embedded. Better tough, better embedded. Alright, so it's just an overall upgrade. Sick! Alright, let's go to Shrek.
We're gonna have some Shreks.
Oh, I got an error. Do I not? I thought I...
Did you not install it?
That's weird.
Oh my god.
Oh, maybe I
Now
didn't
on the
accept
right
the gift.
side-
Let me see.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't accept it yet. Oopsie.
Mm.
It makes me accept all the gifts separately.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
I know, I'm such a disappointment. Okay. Additional content. Oh, I got like 4 gigs. Do you want to do a different map while we let this download? We can do like a quick one, like a dirt bike or something.
What was that?
We can do like a quick one, like a dirt bike or something.
Oh, sure. If you can't, well,
Oh,
you can't use it yet.
I'm
You
lagging.
gotta clear up space.
No, I'm installing. It's just like 4 gigs. I'm at like 33%. But I just think we could do like a quick one.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. We're gonna do the dirt bike.
Yeah, you have to send me an invite again though. It kicked me from the lobby. Which is kind of shitty because I feel like you should be able to play the DLC if your friend has it.
I'm inviting you.
Thank you. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Alright. Play.
It's now just like 2 people blasting with water at once.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so small, it's easy to clean.
Gotta get up and close at that dirt. I can smell fear and dirt at the same time. For example, I know that you are both afraid and shitting your pants right now. I have this
dirt
knowledge
bike or me?
because I'm one of the ancients. I was more threatening the audience. I know this is the most terrifying gameplay they've ever seen. There you go. Nice.
There we go.
I should be good to go for the Shrek DLC now.
Let's do 1 Shrek and then we call it there.
Okay, that sounds good to me. I'm having a good time. Thanks for inviting me along.
Yeah, of course. Did it kick you out this time?
Let's see. Nope, I'm still in it. I should have accepted your generous offer before.
You should have.
I know.
I don't know why you didn't.
I'm such an awful friend. Gomenasai.
Mm-hmm.
And we... Whoa!
We're knights. We're knights now. Look at me, we're knights.
Jesus Christ. Well, you saved this one and then we'll be done, but This is a big one.
Oh yeah, my eyes hurt whenever I press tab.
Yeah. I'd recommend not doing that for the time being. Why don't we talk music? We don't talk music a lot.
Well, music's disgusting.
But tell me about some of your favorite artists. What do you like about them? What are some of your favorite genres?
I really like metal. I listen to a lot of Ailstorm.
Okay. I don't think I've heard of Ailstorm before.
So they're a band who makes pirate metal, and I mean that in the most literal sense. About most of their songs either about pirates, piracy in general, or the sea.
Okay.
It's really cool and interesting. I saw them live once. It was first time I really saw a band live. It was a surreal experience because I never had done that before. Yar. I'd say they're not the Yarg type pirates, but they do say Yarg in quite a bit of their songs.
Oh, do they? That's funny. So like, what sort of like? So you said they're heavy metal, right? So, what type of like?
They are metal, but like the interesting thing is they also try to use like actual like instruments of the time. So like they sometimes put banjo, violin, bagpipes. They are a Scottish band, so like it's kind of typical for them to do bagpipes. But
Sicko
like,
mode, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. Well, we can go just like back and forth like one artist at a time. But my favorite band of all time is a band called Everything Everything. They're based in the UK. They're alt rock with a bit of electronica.
Violin in places you don't expect is the best.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I agree with that. But my favorite, like one of the things that they have very pronounced, which is not seen all the time, is a strong focus on male falsetto vocals. So the Jonathan Higgs is the primary singer for the band, and he a lot of his vocals for many of the songs he goes into falsetto ranges, which I really like. It's very important for me that whoever's singing the given song, their words are a melodic force, and I think that falsetto voices provide a stronger range for that. So I really love his voice work there. It's very environmental, like rock. So it's a lot about like anthropogenic doomsday sort of stuff. They have an album on AI. They have albums on like cults and on like different trappings that we have as a society that like bind us. So I really love their work. If I had to recommend one, we can like recommend a song and an album. So I want you to do for your life too. If I recommended a single song for you to check out from Everything, it would be Breadwinner. That's a song from their EP Deeper Sea, about a like deadbeat conspiratorial dads, which I could extremely relate to, and it also like has just a really strong like electronic backing to it. And then if I could recommend an album, it would be Get to Heaven Deluxe, a beautiful album that has large overtones of religion, with a lot of really strong like classic rock bangers in it, a very Radiohead.
So for Ailstorm, it'd be hard to pick one song to recommend because they're all really good. My favorite song is "Fucked with an Anchor," which you can only imagine what those lyrics are, of like Scottish guy screaming swears. But if I had to recommend one song, I'd probably go with "Drink" from their album. What album was that? Hold on, let me look up what album that's from.
Okay.
That was from Sunset on a Golden Age. But if I had to recommend just one album, I'd probably do Seventh Rum at the Seventh Rum. That's the album that got me into it. All those songs are amazing. They're all like very different beats, very different very different tempos to it. Like they sometimes have like sad songs. Their one song is called Wooden Leg, and it chronicles this pirate who has gotten wooden legs and wooden arms, and they made a sequel to it, where it's the story of that pirate going to the people who took away his arms and legs, taking their arms and legs and stitching it to himself using voodoo magic, as he puts it. And then the third song is about him regretting it.
Oh, nice. So you get the full Captain Sparkles trilogy.
Yeah, it's a trilogy of rock songs about pirates and wooden legs.
That's epic. I love that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
I thought this map would take longer, but it's like really open. It's not like many like corners and stuff.
Okay. Well, we're at 10% right now, so yeah, it is actually going quite fast. It might be faster than the playground.
Yeah.
Less intricate.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads us to your artist number 2.
Oh my god, picking another artist.
I could go next if you want some break sometime.
See, I don't listen to many artists outside of people who do covers of like anime or video game songs.
Those are valid. Pick one if you have one on the top of your head.
Family Jules. Jules, he does rock covers of popular songs, whether it's like mostly video games or anime songs. He does other stuff. Like a lot of times I'll play his music in my intro music. Like Welcome to the Internet is like the song I played. That's like his rock cover of it.
Mm-hmm. That's the song like, from Inside, right? Bo Burnham.
Yep. Welcome to the Internet. Come and look around. I'm not gonna sing it here.
I haven't actually seen Inside. I need to watch that.
But yeah, he does a lot of he doesn't like, to my knowledge, I don't think he has many albums, but he mostly just like does rock covers and like metal covers on YouTube.
Sick. Is there like a specific track of his that you would or theirs that you would recommend?
I don't know. Because it's very specific. Like I could say, oh yeah, this specific song. Like
it doesn't have to be the definitive best, but like something that comes to mind that's pleasant to you.
Well, no, it would be hard to, because I could say like, oh yeah, I could. What's a song he did? I think he did a rock cover of Big Shot from Deltarune, and it's like, if you're a Deltarune fan, you're gonna like it, but if you're not, that's just gonna be
that's valid. That's
a rock song of a song. So it's very specific of how he does it, because it's all like songs from video games, animes, and movies. Just
to like go to their channel and then find something that you recognize and you'll enjoy it.
Same thing with the band Falcon EX. It's the same thing. Rock covers, metal covers of songs. It's like, oh yeah, I have their rock cover of Monster Mash on my playlist. 24/7.
Monster Mash bangs.
I just really like Monster Mash. So like even like it's in my regular playlist. Like my older streams, and I really only played TF2 because I didn't know what else to play. That'd be one of the songs that played in the background alongside like the Game Theory intro and like a bunch of Ailstorm songs. Cause I don't listen to like a lot of music outside of like video game music or video game covers of music.
That's valid. For your next entry, maybe you can think of a specific video game that you'd recommend. For
Undertale.
So I would say my next recommendation, I listen to like maybe 30%, like, or 30 to 40%, it's closer to 30% of all the music I listen to is comedy music. The big name that maybe a lot of people know because he's good on like TikTok and like short form content is like Tom Cardy. But my personal favorite right now is Jazz Emu. He's another like British comedian. I like a lot of British musicians. I like a lot of British comedians. I think that British people just do both of those things better than most American people do.
But British bad, British icky.
British very good. British like great at art. They are way ahead of us. But he's very funny. If I had to pick a specific song from him, it's a toughie.
Where'd you go in the game? I want to show you something real quick. I need you to come over here.
I'm over at I saw that you had the scaffolding. Oh, nice.
Yeah, come here. Look at this. Look at like the graffiti on here.
Oh, it's the tower. It's Fiona's tower.
That And over there, there's
burning
a knight.
Fiona. What?
That's burning Shrek.
They sacrificed their food tech for art tech.
But then look over there.
Oh, the knight looks
that.
awesome. That's fantastic.
I want to show you that. I wanted you to see that before I like demolish it.
That's sick as fuck. This is a really cool. I love Duloc. I love the big ass Duloc castle from the movie too. It's sick as hell.
I love it how they have Facebook logos everywhere.
So for Jazz Emu, the album that I would probably recommend. So there's two different albums depending on what you're looking for. Humulus is a really strong album for just a good compilation of comedy songs. It's got a lot of really great individual tracks. It's got the most consistent track set. But he's got one album in particular that's like my favorite, which is Digital Spool. And what I love about Digital Spool is it actually has a really great like through line to it. Like there's a connective theme to a lot of the songs within it that lend itself to a discussion of his internal dialogue as being a content creator. And it's just super well executed. So I might not even go with recommending a specific song, but I would just say go check out either Humulus or Digital Spool. They're both excellent albums of his with a lot of comedy to enjoy. He also does a lot of great YouTube videos, music videos for his songs too. I guess if I had to pick a specific song, it would be The Real Me. The Real Me is a song where like he starts off by talking about how everybody says it's important to be true to yourself, and pretending is hurtful. But he says that pretending is no longer necessary for him because he knows exactly who he is. He's a teenage boy from the year 2055 who's playing on a simulation of his life in a virtual reality simulation, and everything in the future is super good. So everything he's scared about the future is totally fine because it's all solved in the distant future, and he's not in control of his actual actions. It's just a teenager who's got everything under control. That's a great music video. Highly recommend The Real Me by Jazz Emu. So you want to talk a little bit more about Undertale, or is there a different artist?
I was kind of joking about it because like whenever I think of like video game music, that's Undertale is one of the first things I think of because you've played Undertale, right? You know the music from it.
I have not played Undertale, but I know Megalovania.
Oh yeah, of course. But like, I don't have to like. More people know Megalovania and Sans than they do Undertale.
Yeah.
And like Sans is even in Smash now, which is really funny.
That's how these things
I
tend
say
to work,
now.
yeah.
I say that now like that's not a recent thing. Ultra Kill is banned from my chat Tuesday. You shall perish. I'm kidding. I just haven't played Ultra Kill.
Tusdak is on my chat, excuse me.
They're in both of our chats because our chats are linked right now.
I've heard great things about Ultra Kill. I got gifted a copy of Ultra Kill. I gotta play it at some point. I just have no FPS skill.
You'll learn to like aim and shoot in this game.
Oh yeah, exactly. This is basically an aim trainer, right? That's why I bought this.
Yeah.
This is gonna make me good at Overwatch.
Askery Megalovania.
Based, okay. That's a strong claim.
Fingers in his ass. I don't think of ass. I just think of the fingers in his ass. You know that meme?
No, I don't.
I'll send it to you later, but it's just somebody dubbing over the ass. What?
You good, Chief?
It's my brother yelling at me for being too loud.
You're streaming!
You get a life, you bitch! You're an adult. Get out this house.
Damn!
Yo!
Get his ass!
Why am I arguing with you, Bryce?
Take that shit, Bryce!
I shouldn't have said that on stream. I just doxed.
Get fucked, Bryce! Oh, okay, I'll stop repeating it.
It's 7 in the afternoon. Why is he trying to sleep now?
The name drop on stream.
My name is Potato Sack. Oh no, I've been doxed! I live at 101 Potato Sack Avenue. Fuck!
Rip.
Clean. Are there different tracks from Undertale, or did you want to pick a different choice for your recommendation?
No, sir. I was gonna say Deltarune, but that's also made by the same person.
So, are there other tracks besides Megalovania from Undertale that you would like to highlight?
There's a lot of good songs.
Also,
I'd say
Deltarune versus Undertale for songs.
Okay. I'd have to... It's very hard to say because, like, Undertale does have more songs, I believe, but Undertale is just a game, right? Undertale's a complete game. Deltarune's only on Chapter 2 right now.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
How much? Like, what's the content? I have all these questions because I don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
What's like the? How long is Deltarune compared to Undertale? As of right now.
So, Undertale is very, very long because Deltarune is very linear with its story, and so is Undertale. But like, Undertale is made to play and replay because in Undertale, your choices matter. Like, there's the genocide route, the pacifist route, the neutral route.
You got like,
and there's stuff like. There's nearly infinite dialogue because, like, you know who Flowey is? The flower, the talking flower. So if you were to play through the ruins, the first part of the game, and kill Toriel, and then you reset the game, Flowey at the beginning won't give you a tutorial. He'll comment on that. Be like, oh, you killed her, and now you're going back on it.
That's cool. I love meta shit like that. That's awesome.
Yeah. But, like, currently, I would say Undertale has more content, like, more, like, thing to play because of the routes, because right now, Deltarune has, the routes don't change much, like, in the Chapter 1, if you spare or if you, kill all the enemies, it just changes, like, 1 or 2 pieces of dialogue in the end.
Okay.
But then the difference is, like, in Undertale, it's entirely different routes, entirely different boss fights, entirely different things, all that kind of stuff. There is the weird routes in Deltarune Chapter 2, but it doesn't change all that much. It's more of just a very story-based thing that'll change a lot of things going forward, which is probably why it's taking so long to make the game. Like Chapter 3 and stuff.
It's a cockpick. Don't look at the cockpick. Don't look at it.
Where?
Don't look at that. Don't look at the cockpick. There's a cock. Somebody drew the cock on a wall. Don't look at it.
Really?
Oh my god, this whole time
Where?
I've had the fucking, like, subtitle on screen from last stream. Oops. Turn that off. Yeah, don't look at the cockpick. Don't look at it.
Wait, are we having a spoilers for, what, Evil Dead 2?
No. I had it from when I did, like, a cross Pictionary stream.
Oh.
That was Noopsy. Gotta clean up all the...
How are you so far behind over there?
What? Okay, look, I spent most of my time on these. Do you see these,
the carts?
Yeah, the wagons. I cleared all the wagons, okay? Those took a while. I'm doing good work, okay?
Yeah.
And I'm working on the floors primarily, which is... Basically, I'm the Sigma.
Sure.
So,
it's very interesting because, like, in this, if you use the bigger nozzles, you can clean more, but then there's some bits that they won't clean.
It's a great counterplay. I really enjoy it.
Like with this, if I keep using this nozzle here, it will not get up the spray paint. So by the time I'm done over here, it'll just be the spray paint.
It will, but it just won't be. It takes much longer because it's a power thing. The nozzles don't change the material interactions, but they do change the pressure flux.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask. Did you have a different song from Deltarune / Undertale that maybe doesn't get as much appreciation as like Megalovania that you'd like to shout out?
Just about all the songs in, like, both games, because like Megalovania is so overshadowing with it. Like most people don't even know like most other songs. Even the game exists, they just know Sans and Megalovania.
Yeah, but I think that tends to happen with, like, pop culture
songs
stuff,
like Bone Trazzle, Spider Dance, his theme, Hopes and Dreams. So those are all Undertale songs. They're like really good.
That bass, awesome.
It's good, but others are just better.
That's fair. So I can go on to my next artist then.
Yeah.
A little artist called Imogen Heap. Have you ever heard of Imogen Heap before?
Nope.
Do you know the What You Say from the Jason Derulo song?
What You Say.
Yeah, that
I
and
do.
the Lonely Island sketch. That was her song, but Jason Derulo sampled it. That is from the Imogen Heap song titled Hide and Seek. And it's a beautiful song about like divorce and
we love divorce in this chat.
Leaving betrayal from loved ones. Imogen Heap, I would call her work like acapella electronica. It's a lot of dialogue-based vocal sampling, modulated using like digital formats. She also does have a lot of like standard instruments in her work, but like primarily the melodies, again, like consistent with my love for like everything and Jazimu, is that like I need a strong melodic voice in my music, and she serves that function extremely well. A lot of her music is like has strong like overtones about the earth and such. I'm very like environmentally conscious, so that's something I care a lot about.
Yeah.
She just has a beautiful voice.
Left
I love
index,
super electronica. No, don't index my left.
Left in. No, that's for me.
Oh, okay.
Where is my mini shark? Where did I put my mini shark? So the mini bite for that is a little shark I can put on my fingers. It's to inconvenience me while I play games. Oh, so I can't press D now.
Ah, damn, nice.
Because it's like this little shark pin. I can put on stuff, but it has an open mouth I can stick in my fingers.
The main thing Megalo is good
So
at is
the,
mashups such as Megalobrania.
So it just makes it so I can't really press that button, so I can't really turn right.
Mashups can be
right.
really
I mean,
solid.
I can.
I've never heard of Megalobrania before, though. That's interesting.
Isn't Megalobrania when they took the Zomboss theme and then
I wouldn't know.
maybe I think so. I should know. I play Plants vs.
She gave me
Zombies.
Megalobrania.
While we're on the topic, I do want to give another quick artist shout out. If you like mashup music, then and you have not done so already, you need to go check out the discography of Neil Cicierega. He is the father of mashups. His mashups are the fucking greatest things ever. Such as Bustin', which is taking the Ray Parker Ghostbusters theme song, but removing all references to ghosts, and it becomes highly sexual.
Oh my god.
And The Best, which is a mashup of like some Foo Fighters as well as the Folgers ad campaign.
I watched that.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. You gotta check out Neil Cicierega on YouTube if you have not before. The king of mashups. Before there was Pitch Perfect, there was Neil Cicierega. I also love his song Pokemon, which is a combination of a bunch of predominantly Christian like newscasters commenting on how Pokemon is demonic and turn into a music. It's beautiful. I love his work. The man is a genius and is hilarious. He's got some really great YouTube videos. He also made Brody Quest. Who doesn't love Brody Quest?
What's Brody Quest?
It's a day in the life of actor Adrian Brody, and it's the most glorious thing. You must check it out. It's iconic. Also a super old meme. There's a mod for Borderlands 3 that replaces all of the screen videos with Brody Quest. So every time somebody appears on the screen to talk to you, it is replaced with Brody Quest. Best Borderlands mod.
I thought this, like, I knew this would take a while. I'm like, oh, it's all out in the open. That's not like intricate hiding bits. I thought it was to not take as long as it is.
Do you have some sort of obligation, or are you feeling tired? Because we can end before this is complete.
No, I'm good.
Because I'm also good to keep hanging out. I'm having fun time. This game melts time away. Jesus Christ.
I know.
It's fun though. I like it. It's very satisfying. My favorite thing is the aim mode. That makes the waggling so much more bearable. So do you have another artist or game you'd like to shout out?
No, not really.
I got like maybe a couple more I'd like to have like a little bit of discussion about, I guess.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I mentioned Tom Cardy before. He makes some banger comedic music. One of his excellent songs is HYCBH. That stands for Have You Checked Your Butthole? Which is a man who has made everybody in his life hate him because every time they ask him where something is, he tells them, have they checked their butthole? And that song is fantastic. There's also Monster Truck, which is about that little brat kid that everybody knew one of in their life, and his parents are like have spoiled him, and he's allowing you to hang out with him, do anything you want, but just you're not allowed to talk to his Monster Truck, and he gets beat in the supermarket by his mom. Great song.
Oh my god.
He's got 2 albums out. The first one was Artificial Intelligence, which they're both like closer to like the jazzy humorless sort of thing, where there's no real consistent theme between the songs or anything like that. It's just a compilation of a lot of his great singles. In terms of like what are some like other musicians that come to mind? If you like going down the comedic rabbit hole, Value Select is also fantastic. I love his visual content. He's got like that stock photo chic sort of style.
Oh my god.
Which is really great for his videos. The most classic song of his is "Hit Me With Your Car," and he also does
Hit me with your car.
Hit me with your car so I can collect disability checks. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Great artist. He's also got a lot of really great musical content too. He's got this one bit that's like a sitcom called like My Three Husbands that all have the same wife and all have the same job, which is they're apple salesmen, but they're really bad at it, so they don't sell a lot of apples in their briefcase. He's got this great series. It's 2 parts. The first part is, is it banned on Twitch to say the gun violence at public institutions for educating children? Is that a banned thing on Twitch?
School shooter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I'll just pretend that it is. Yeah, gun violence against educational locations for children. He's got a video about the solution to that for the entire nation, which is to build one giant bulletproof vest and place that over the globe. That would solve all gun violence everywhere.
That does make sense. It would work.
And then that's actually part 1 of 2 in a great 2-part series. After he does that, the whole world thanks him for his work. But he's not satisfied. The President of America is not satisfied because people are still dying. So his answer to that is to make death illegal. And so the part 2 is Death is Illegal, which is even funnier. It's so good. I highly recommend Death is Illegal. He also has this a mini series called I Wake Up Sad. And get your own location. I got this ground area. Mine. Piss off.
I'm trying to finish the Farquaad head, but I can't find what's missing.
Keep looking at it. You got it. It's a puzzle. You'll solve it. But his I Wake Up Sad series is like a combination of different skits and music videos. Very funny stuff. I love it. Highly recommend checking him out. What's something else you want to talk about? Are there any games on your mind that are coming out that you're excited for?
Not really any games coming out currently.
Are you excited for any of the new Nintendo games? Are you planning on getting Legend of Zelda, the Zelda game?
To be honest, I've never played a single Zelda game in my life.
Really? You own Breath of the Wild, I'm assuming, though, right?
Nope.
Really?
So like that's a bit of an asterisk. Like I've played Breath of the Wild on like my friend's Switch once or twice. I've played like the Four Swords game on the DS that was like a free download, but I really haven't like gotten like dedicated Zelda game and played it.
Yeah, I mean, you should definitely check out Breath of the Wild. That's definitely the sort of thing where you didn't have the full experience if you weren't able to play it yourself. It's one of those things where I got it like the day I got my Switch back in 2019, and I tried making playthroughs and trying to play through it like a couple times, but it didn't start clicking in until I got like my depression medication and everything and my anxiety medications where I could like increase my attention span. But the thing that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom do beautifully is environmental puzzles. So you're in an area and you have these like environmental clues to your disposal, which are just like recombinations of things you've seen before in interesting ways that don't immediately call attention to themselves unless you're paying attention. And both games are just so rewarding. The prizes you get from those environmental puzzles
Tears
vary.
of the Kingdom is bought W plus Bad Piggies from what I know.
Breath of the Wild plus Bad Piggies. They're very different games, I'll say.
You know, I really love Bad Piggies. It should have been Game of the Year when it came out, honestly.
I don't know much about Bad Piggies, but I think both I would recommend on their own merits. I would prefer...
You want me to educate you on the Bad Piggies?
Sure,
lore?
but I'll just finish up with my thoughts of the Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
I'll say I prefer Breath of the Wild a little bit more because the exploration is quite linear in the way... Well, it's not linear. It's the opposite of that. It's a giant map and you come across everything the way you want to. But it's way more conductive to, like, it feels like an epic journey, right? It feels like a Lord of the Rings scale adventure that you play through entirely on your own, entirely through your own decisions. So, I prefer Breath of the Wild a little bit more. Tears of the Kingdom has, like, the vehicles and everything. And those, I feel, make the whole journey itself a little bit less cohesive. I think that's the word I'm looking for. Tears of the Kingdom is Breath of the Wild with, like, literally 3 times the content, but not necessarily 3 times the impact. So, those are my thoughts there. Now, educate me on Bad Piggies. This is an Angry Bird crossover, I'm assuming?
So you know what Angry Birds are, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you know, like, the lore of how, like, the pigs steal the eggs and the birds go to take it back?
I was alive in 2014, sure.
Yeah, so Bad Piggies is the mobile game where you play as the piggies building little cars to roll away.
Okay. So it's kind of like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Yeah, but it's like a 2D game, mobile games, and that's how like the old Angry Birds games were.
Interesting. Okay. Has it is it still getting content updates, or is it kind of like a one and done sort of
an
thing?
Angry Birds game, of course it's not.
Yeah, that's fair. Does it still have like
what
a
are
following?
you doing?
Oh, I'm cleaning up the Welcome to Duloc stand.
Oh.
And every single character counts as an individual completion.
Oh, yeah, that's like, what is all these pings?
Welcome to Duloc. It's a perfect town. Ba-ba-chum, bum, bum, ba-ba-dum, ba-ba-bum.
But I'm like, you just like
Wipe your
build
face.
little cards to either get the just get your pig away, get the
I
pig
think
and
the
the
last
egg away,
update
or
was
get
like
the pig and the
2020
king
or
pig away.
2018.
Gotcha.
And it's like silly and stupid, and the physics are funny.
Interesting. Scrub, scrub, scrub till the water's brown. Have you watched all of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared?
No.
Do you like you like horror, right?
I do. I've watched the film theory videos on it. I just haven't watched it all.
You should really check out, if anything, the Channel 4 series. So when they got to make it into like a full television show, you should check out the Channel 4 series. It is absolutely
Did they really
fantastic.
make it into a full show?
Well, it's got 1 season, which is about 6 episodes long. The production value is significantly higher, and they do make some adjustments from the original YouTube series, but it is fantastic. It is gorgeous work. That is a excellent analog horror show.
Mm-hmm.
So I highly recommend the Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared show. Even though if you don't live in the UK, there are YouTube videos on YouTube with like the full show included that you can watch.
Yeah.
Highly recommend checking that out. It's some really creepy shit. And it builds on like the lore of it in a very interesting way, which is fun. And you spend a lot of time with these same characters. Super enjoyable. Highly recommend.
I mean, I have been following Salad Fingers. I can't wait for another Salad Fingers video.
That's something I never got into. I never got into the Salad Fingers.
It's a very specialized thing where if you're not into that kind of creepy stuff, you're not gonna really like it.
Yeah, I have gotten to like, I would say like a majority of the stuff that game and film theory have covered, but that's like there's a lot of shit. So that's definitely not everything.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I gotta. Like,
But it's. Oh my god. So much. What happened here?
Well, Farquaad died. That's what happened.
I know. I mean, but didn't he die over there in the cathedral, not over here? I mean, I guess this is like a lot of egg, a lot of like paint graffiti.
Well, it's like Farquaad died, so
like,
Duloc went to shit.
I guess.
Duloc was his Disneyland. After he died, there's
like,
no point for this existing.
I thought it was his kingdom, and they just like put elect a new ruler or something.
Must have went to ruin. I mean,
Probably.
I don't know. I kind of don't want. I hope they don't bring up Farquaad stuff in Shrek 5. That would be a mistake. They need
Probably.
a story that revolves around Shrek growing as a father, not dredging up old nostalgia. That's not what the Shrek franchise needs. Oh, there's still some stuff at the base. Apparently. This is a dirty base. You got a dirty little undercarriage here, don't you? Duloc stand. Look at you. So nasty.
You're missing all the up here too.
Well, yeah. I'm still on the ground. Alright, so panel. Yeah, there's just a little bit on the roof that I can't reach from down here.
Oh, you gotta get the scaffolding.
Yeah, I'll get on the scaffolding. There you go, I got
We
it.
finally got 51%.
But I'm missing something here. What am I missing? Stand frame. Is it on this side? I can just ping the yellow.
It's still like so bright in some areas when I ping.
Oh yeah. Come on, get clean. Come on, get happy. Get ready for the judgment day. Okay.
They will judge your sins one day.
I fucking love Joker too. Ah, I love that movie so much. Can't stop thinking about it. It's such a fun movie, and by fun I mean terribly sad.
Much. Why don't you marry it?
Don't think I won't. You think I won't marry a movie with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga?
Actually, knowing you, yes, you would.
Say psych right now.
No.
Do it. Say
No.
the psych. Do it. Say psych. I dare you. I bet you
Psych.
won't. There. Thank you. Told you to.
I did.
There we go. You are deemed clean, Cole. Proud of you. Whoa! That pool is clean! What?
Wow.
You ever watched Turbo by DreamWorks?
I did.
Yeah,
It is.
Whoa! That snail is fast! What?
Is a movie that exists?
Yeah, you said you watched it. You haven't watched it?
I have. He's like 7 years old.
That's it. Yeah, it's in the movie. They do like a whole thing with like a YouTube remix of a kid saying, "Whoa, Turbo, that's a fast snail," and they do like a whole Shmoyoho remix of it. That's in the movie.
I haven't watched it in so long.
Oh, it's bad. I haven't seen it in like 7 years or so, but when somebody sees something that terrible, it tends to stick with you. Well, I'm just an old lump of coal. You ever watch the Jimmy Neutron movie?
I think I have, but not for a long time.
That movie fucks. It's so good. Did you know that the movie came before the show?
Did it?
Yeah. It was actually an economical decision. What they did was they made the movie so that way all the character models would be under the movie's budget, and then they could reuse the movie character models for the show. So they could get higher quality character models included in the production budget for their film, and then use those same character models on the show. The only difference is that they just wouldn't put as much fidelity and animation budget into the show. So yeah, the movie actually came first.
It's actually a good idea to do that.
It is. The film is phenomenal. It's fantastic. I also did a full rewatch of the show last summer. The show is nowhere as good. But it's still enjoyable. It's got its moments. It's quirky in a fun way. So
Hugh Neutron was funny to play in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl.
Oh yeah, unironic best character in the show is Hugh Neutron. Carl is the character that you love if you don't watch the show that much. The more you watch the show, the more you realize that Carl is the villain.
No, I sat on a banana.
Fuck Carl.
It changed my life forever.
Carl is a piece of shit. Fuck that kid. I know he's just a kid, but unironically, fuck that kid. That kid's the worst. He just wants to bang Jimmy's mom.
Then they made...
It's the only reason they're friends.
Jimmy's mom. I can't do a Carl.
I hate that kid.
And then they made Planet Sheen, where it's a spin-off.
Oh, that show is... that is like the FBI uses Planet Sheen to get information out of foreign nationals.
I would watch that movie and show and enjoy it.
You are a horrible person. You should take that back.
Never. I ran my mouth and used it, and there's no returns on that.
That's something that they should teach in like writing courses for like screenplays on how not to adapt a spin-off.
Well, keep in mind, like, you're having these high standards. This is a kid's show, remember?
I have extremely high standards for kids media because I grew up as a Pixar kid and thoroughly believe that because kids media can be better, it should be better. Because the media can grow with the children and create a lifelong lasting impact. And that is the most beautiful thing a piece of art can be. So I have these high standards of children's media, and I stand by them holistically.
Just because it is for kids doesn't mean it can be good.
Well, yeah, I agree with that. Just because it's for kids doesn't... Well... No! Anything can be good. For like that's why like I love Pixar so much, because Pixar was...
Can't asterisk.
Doesn't mean it can't be good. Yeah, okay, yeah. No, we're in agreement. We're in agreement. Pixar... What's great about Pixar is that they wrote adult movies, and then they edited them down in the script phase to children's films. So they are inherently stories that will make connections with adult audiences, and then they also made it work for children afterwards. That's how you get scenes like the man jumping off the building at the beginning of The Incredibles. And that's how you get the communist undertones of Bug's Life, and the discussion of like unions.
I thought Disney owned Incredibles.
They do, but it's Pixar is owned by Disney.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
So that's so I believe because it can be good, it should strive to be good. That's my belief. So there's no excuse because something is a children's product that it cannot be great. Now, children's shows I can see a little bit more of an understanding for, but I think you can holistically accomplish both, because you can take things in like Avatar, for example, The Last Airbender. So that there's your example that removes your excuse. You have no excuse. You can do good work, you just choose to do bad work because it's easier. So I'm hypercritical as a Pixar kid growing up, which means that I'm most critical of modern Pixar. For example, Inside Out 2 does not even come close to meeting my standards. That film is thoroughly underwhelming. It's a good movie, but for what Pixar is capable of, it is
Bad
not
work
acceptable.
is cheaper, so companies are going to do it.
It's not just that it's cheaper, though. It's also just easier for the artist working on it. It is a financially good decision, because in the short, it's always a short-term choice. Because in the long run, making better stories is always more profitable. But in the short time, making worse stories that kids just want like notice because they're young at the time is a profit. It's profitable because you didn't have to spend as much money writing the story. But in the long run, you could have lifelong fans that come back to your content and appreciate it more. You know. So if you're wondering why people aren't picking up the fanboy and chum chum hats at their local Hot Topic, but they are picking up the Avatar: The Last Airbender hats at their local Hot Topic.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
I'm buying all the fanboy chum chum merch.
So that's what I'm saying, though.
Show growing up.
The most profitable thing you can do is make a good story. So there is that is a short-term business decision, and it's not strictly the best choice. Not the most effective choice. It's just better for close quarterly earnings. Everybody should be striving to make great art for everyone else, for the betterment of mankind. That is like is our duty as being put on this earth, is to make the world better than when we found it. And that's part of why I'm so hypercritical on children's media. So much of it could be so much better. What's your favorite Pixar film?
I mean, I need to think of them, as I can't remember all of them off the top of my head.
My personal
Cars
favorite.
growing up.
That's fair. My personal favorite would probably be Toy Story 2.
Toy Story. Toy Story 3 is my favorite.
Toy Story 3 is a really good film.
I grew up with it.
It's also crushingly sad, which I can really appreciate. And everything with the daycare is done super well. Lotso's a great villain. And it really is the full culmination of the Woody and Buzz storyline sort of thing, where the point where they're willing to die for each other, you know? The worst part about that movie is Spanish Buzz, I would say, pretty easily.
Yeah.
That's just we didn't know what to do with Buzz for this movie, so we just made him not Buzz, and that's funny.
Lotso's a twist villain, but he was really well made.
Very well executed. That sort of thing is it's a twist villain, but his motivations are exorbitantly clear. And he works as a great force in the plot. He's a twist villain because it's beneficial to him to be a twist villain.
Yeah.
And also, I think another thing is execution, super important with that stuff. And he was executed very well. He's also extremely threatening.
Modern twist villains are so bad.
I would agree with that. I think but if the twist villain stops being threatening, if they lose their threatening edge, then you've deflated your entire film for the sake of trying to pretend like you're smart. Because I don't think twist villains ever truly make the movie better by the fact that they were a twist. I think it typically it's just we're so smart and and you must say the movie is good because we tricked you by not giving you all the information. It's really silly. It's like making a novel a mystery, and then pretending like you're so smart because your novel is a mystery and other novels aren't. It's really baby's first Oscar sort of shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Lotso is very well executed for all reasons stated above. I personally prefer Toy Story 2. I have a shit ton of nostalgia for it. I really like Al. I love the fucking emotional bait song and the Sarah McLachlan song in there. I think it's awesome. I love Stinky Pete. I love the sequences of the film, specifically the airport sequence is fantastic. So many iconic little elements. I love the Zurg and Toy Store Buzz. The Al's Toy Barn store in particular is fantastic. It's so well executed.
Yeah.
So that's my personal favorite Pixar film. I don't know if it's the best one, I guess it would just because I wouldn't say that Toy Story 2 is. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I'm pretty confident it's probably not a 10 out of 10 for me. It's high, like probably 9 or so territory, but it's probably not a perfect 10. I will say, Pixar film I have rewatched recently that is a perfect 10 is Monsters Incorporated. That film...
Oh, Monsters, Inc. is a 10.
Yeah, that film is... It's perfect. It's amazing. It has such striking, socioeconomic, political dialogue in it. Has a great friendship. It's truly just hilarious. It's fucking gorgeous, especially for the time. It's a beautiful looking film. And it just has so much goddamn heart in it. Amazing, amazing film, Monsters, Inc.
What do you think about Uni?
I was about to go into that. I enjoy Uni. I think that there's a lot to appreciate about it, and I also appreciate how bold it is, because Uni has, like, an ending I would call traumatic. It's got a really crazy ending, and not only that, what I would say about Uni is that, the message of Uni, well, let me ask you, what do you think the message of Uni is, having been so long since you've seen it?
I saw it, like, I actually remember I saw it, like, 2 years ago when they made the, what was it? They made the Monsters at Work the TV show. I rewatched it just to, like, rewatch it. And, like, the message is, like, anybody can do anything. It's not like you're not stuck to something because of how you are, because of how you look, because of stuff like that. Because, like, the monsters are not scary on... What is the team's name?
Uzma Kappa.
I thought it was Uma Capin. Uzma Kappa.
You're Uma Capin.
Oh my god. But, like, they're not conventionally scary monsters. I guess, like, some people might find them scary, you know, multiple heads, big guy, but, like, they use stuff like that to their advantage.
Okay.
And that really works. It's like, no matter who you are, how you look, you can do anything. And fuck anybody's mom.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna argue the exact opposite. I'm gonna say that the main plot of Monsters Incorporated University is that everybody cannot do everything. Is that you can find satisfaction in life even when you reach boundaries you cannot pass. Because the main character in the movie is Mike Wazowski. Yeah. And his goal throughout the entire movie is to be a scarer. He proves throughout the film he is physically incapable of doing so. He learns that throughout this film, that is a boundary he is not able to cross. The characters say there's an air of like a natural talent to it that Mike does not have, and he tries his fucking hardest to accomplish that, but he can't. And I think what's great, it's very real, very sad about the film, but also brilliantly executed, is that the beauty of finding what you are, like finding your passion, finding your talent, finding that thing that you can do great that everyone else can't. It reminds me of this episode of Community, where Jeff, the main character, it's a brilliant episode of Community. Jeff, the main character, is taking a pottery class, and he's extremely competitive, and there's like a doctor in the class. So he has a doctorate degree. He's at the community college taking a pottery class to unwind because he has a perfect record. He's never lost a single patient, and it gives him a lot of stress. And he's also a master potter, but he says it's his first time taking pottery class. So the man's just like perfectly naturally talented. So Jeff, the insecure fuck that he is, has to get super good at pottery. And by the end of the episode, he still sucks at pottery. But that's the thing about like Monsters Inc. is that Mike figures out that there is a very similar job that uses a lot of the skills that he developed trying to be a scarer, but without him actually doing the scaring himself. So he does have natural talent, he does have affinities, he does have personal strengths, but he's not able to accomplish that great goal. So in a way, this is Monsters University came out after Pixar was bought by Disney, and what's hilarious about it is that Monsters University is contrary to Disney's biggest theme, which is like any wish you can make on a star will come true, you know? Yeah. And Monsters Inc. is kind of a contrary tale to that, which is absolutely amazing, because that can be a positive story still, and the movie accomplishes that. Yeah. What I will say, though, is that the strength of that really dark but really great story is completely undercut by all of the Uzma shit. The stuff with, like, Sully and Mike is fantastic. It's so fucking well done. But then in the, like, the middle third of the movie, we have to cut completely away from that for the Uzma people, who do sort of mirror the themes of the story, but they do it worse. The Mike and Sully stuff, the first third of the movie is fantastic. The last bit of the movie is fantastic. Everything in the middle is a dry, like, childish slog. They're all comedic effect characters, which add very little to the film besides plushy merchandise. So I have a lot of feelings about that film. I feel like if you do cut out the Uzma films, if you just, like, make an hour-long cut of the movie that removes them entirely, but keeps all those same, like, thematic plot elements, it's fantastic, but that deals a heavy blow to the film. I'm very passionate about this.
So, like, keep them in as, like, characters to be side characters to, like, give Mike and Sully a place to be, is they still need, like, a place to live in the end.
No,
because, like, they're living...
I think you could do it, I think I actually pitched this when I rewatched the film. You could do it so that way it's unfair. Mike and Sully have to compete as a two-person team against all these six-people teams from the other frat houses.
Yeah.
And they have to, like, put aside their differences and over-accomplish the work of six people as two. And I think that works with the whole, like, American Pie-esque, plot they have going on, and would be extremely effective. So I would actually argue against that no, you could straight up remove Uzma from the movie, and you would lose nothing. And the movie would be more concise, and the elements of, like, Mike and Sully's friendship origin story would be so much stronger. So, I have a lot of feelings about Monsters University. The main bits being, there's so much good in there. Like, this is a very special film because of how much brilliant work there is in the film, how many great, striking emotional elements there are, but then how strongly undercut that is by the inclusion of the large screen time comedic relief characters. Fuck Uzma Kappa. I don't care if they're cute. They're ruining the movie.
Yeah.
That's my take, though.
Lord Farquaad needs to die less.
Okay. Agreed. Where is Farquaad? What Farquaad?
I mean, he's technically texting us. Like, every once in a while on the right side, he does text us.
I think you're getting the text, but I'm not.
Oh, yeah, when in the Shrek maps, you know how, like, you get messages from the person who's doing the job?
Well, you're doing the job before, yeah.
Yeah, it's literally Lord Farquaad texting us.
That's funny. Inside of Dragon's Belly?
Probably.
Or maybe this is a prequel. No, probably not, because there's the Fiona graffiti. And there's, like, a...
Are you sure that wasn't Shrek?
It could be generic. Well, I said
Ogre.
Fiona. So, I mean, I'm talking about, like, the dragon in the castle and everything. It could be a generic dragon in a generic castle. So, I guess it could be a prequel. But it had to have a couple, like, silly coincidences.
It probably isn't, though.
Probably not. I will say, the one thing that my brain goes to whenever playing this game is that, like, I'm expecting the dirt to not just disappear. I'm expecting it to be relocated with the water. Because, like, I do a lot of dishes cleaning at my house. So, like, I have to move my cursor now to the place where the dirt would move to. But no, it just disappears.
Yeah. We have magic water that makes it disappear.
Exactly. It's ultra-fast working hand sanitizer. It's just evaporating all the dirt into the air. Which means, technically, whenever you use a hand sanitizer, you're breathing in the dirt that was removed from your hands.
Yeah.
Think about that the next time you use hand sanitizer.
No, I don't think I will.
You can't stop yourself now. You breathe in the dirt that's in your hands. You breathe in the dirt that's in your hands. You breathe in the dirt that's in your hands. There you go. Now you won't run. Forget it.
No.
You're welcome. I did this whole nation a service today. I can go home happy.
Meow. Meow.
I'm so happy. I have fall break, which is just Monday and Tuesday. But it's a very nice break, because I have been emotionally and physically exhausted by this semester. Like, who knew that getting your master's degree would be emotionally, and mentally, and physically draining?
Yeah.
While also working 2 part-time jobs. That's life, though.
It is life.
Clean this damn door. You got schmutz
That is
all
the
over
silly
you.
game of life.
There's a, I was watching, this is a great YouTuber, Cam Sandwich on YouTube, who makes, like, Scott the Woz, like, videos for board games. And,
yeah.
he's got a video on, like, different, spin-offs of, like, major board games. There's one weird spin-off for the Book of Life. Not for the Book of Life, for the Game of Life. I'm trying to remember. Gosh, maybe it was a knockoff.
The wild game of life when you play as a deer.
I think it was a knockoff, actually. I'd have to pull up my DMs with Noah. I'm gonna do that right now, so I can take a second and not look at Power Wash Simulator. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Wait, where is it? Oh, I think it's just like it's got like really, you know how like knockoffs will have really bad English.
Yeah.
There's like on the box it says it is very safety and healthy to children. Yes, very safety, very healthy to children. I know it's kind of like it's a little bit messed up to be laughing at like people who don't speak English writing very poor English, but they're also writing knockoffs to try to confuse consumers, so fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's possibly culturally charged. They deserve to be laughed at.
Poultry charge?
Culturally. I tried to say culturally. It did not come out that way.
You just referenced bird.
Bird?
Poultry's bird.
Oh, poultry. Bird reference. I love bird. It's my favorite thing. And/or
we need to make at least one bird reference a day.
One bird reference a day keeps keeps the night demons away. Where's some bird movies? I never watched Birdman. I need to watch Birdman. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, right?
What's a Birdman?
Michael Keaton. He's got a movie. I think that's what it's called. He's like a former big star actor who is famous for playing like this Birdman superhero. Yeah, it's Birdman. And there's Harvey Birdman. There's a lot of Birdman in media.
Well, we love birds in America.
And we do love
Bald
men.
eagle goes squawk.
I do love birds
Squawk.
and men. Those are 2 of my favorite hobbies. I
Oh,
love
they
doing
are.
birds, and I love
Indeed.
doing men. Scrumptious. Tasty,
Yum.
even. Tasty
Man.
coated. Yes, what men do you have on this selection today? We have a very fine Caucasian. Some lean. A bit of anti-vax if you're feeling a little, risky. How lucky are you feeling today, Shermie?
Don't think I am.
You feel you could take on some anti-vax man? Ready to roll
No.
those dice?
Not today.
I come back from the ads too. I love doing bird and I love doing men.
I love doing bird and I love doing men. That's what I'm saying.
What a perfect sentence.
I stand by those. You can quote me on that. Take that, Life magazine. 80%! Hey, we're getting there.
Yeah, eventually.
They said we couldn't do it. But they were damn liars.
Oh, are you using the extensions?
Not just yet, because I'm still cleaning stuff in the local periphery. I was literally about to switch to long range.
Yeah.
I do love the short range, though. That's typically my go-to, because I like cleaning things up close.
But right now we can't, because there's things that are far away.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just about to switch. Alright. Time to be thinking with altitude. Extra long extension. What does it say? But cannot be used when close to a surface. Oh yeah, darn. Let me increase my width a little bit. No, I really like the yellow nozzle. That's my favorite.
That one's very good.
It's got a good
I kind of
mixture.
Switch in between.
I do it occasionally, but it's got a great pressure to range ratio, and I typically clean by like waggling my fucking cursor around rapidly, and it does the best job at that for my purposes. I don't have to go back over stuff too much.
Oh my God.
So I have to do more waggling, but yeah.
I have to go over stuff over a lot. Why don't you you eventually have to go through my sectors to see what I miss?
I feel like on the playground I missed a lot of stuff.
I did too.
But it is what it is. I just don't like using the dirt find feature that much, so I'm okay doing a checkup at the end. It's more fun to just see everything raw, you know? Otherwise, it gets all samey.
I've been lurking in my friend's stream since he started streaming, and he's an hour in, which means we've been doing this one for about an hour.
Oh, I have a timer on Streamlabs. It's 3 hours and 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
Did you think it was just an hour?
No, I think we spent at least just an hour in here.
Oh yeah, probably.
Because it was what took us 5 minutes to do the van, 2 minutes for the bike, maybe 20 to 30 for the patio backyard.
But we're here,
and it was probably probably an hour for the what's it?
The chatters are here to see us clean up Farquaad's sticky brown mess.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's here to do. Farquaad, why did you make such a sticky brown mess? Ooh wee, Shrek, ooh. I don't know, Shrek, ooh.
Why did you go from that voice to Morty?
I don't know why I made a sticky brown mess, Morty. Shrek, ooh. Rick, I mean Shrek. I'm so sorry, Shrek, ooh. Oh dear. Oh gosh.
Ooh,
ooh. I'm so sorry, Shrek. Ooh. I'll try not to make as many sticky brown messes, Shrek. Ooh.
That's Morty, not Farquaad.
No, I'm pretty sure that's how Farquaad sounds. 80%.
No.
Whole ass.
No.
Whole ass.
Maybe.
Whole ass. Entire, all cheek. All cheek. Whole ass. Honestly, with the extra long extensions, you don't even need the ladders. Maybe for, some specific parts, or for, speedrunning. But the extra long extension gets that shit.
I feel like the extra long extension would be better for speedrunning, because then you're not moving the ladders and stuff.
That might be true, but I think the ladders are still better because we're talking, from a mathematical standpoint, you're increasing pressure flux the closer you are to the surface.
Yeah.
So, mathematically, it is faster to be on the elevated surface if you have elevated messes to clean.
I guess, but, are we using maths in this?
Mathematical! Well, if you're a speedrunner, then yes. Speedrunning is a lot of math.
Yeah, I know that.
Are you saying you're not gamer enough for Power Washer Simulator? Shroomy?
I'm too EP for it. I'm getting EP doing this.
I'm getting a little bit EP, but I'm having a good time though. It's fun as fuck.
This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is a really great movie podcast discussion background.
Definitely.
Do you want to maybe talk about some movies you might want to cover on the podcast in the future? Because I put a lot of suggestions out there, but I haven't heard a lot from you.
For you, your movies are insightful. I don't watch movies with that. frame of mind, I kind of watch movies for just the pure entertainment value, not like the insight, the thought provoking.
Well, that's why I cover Evil Dead 2, because I think there is a lot of room for movies that are just, they're entertaining and they do a fucking great job of being entertaining.
Yeah.
So if you have films like that, I've got more movies like that specifically, if that's stuff you want to cover more. But it's I don't think having very in-depth subject matter necessarily makes makes the movie more worthwhile to talk about necessarily.
Yeah.
There are more things to discuss than that. Also, another great choice is just more animated films. Any animated visual beauty, I think, is a great way to start choosing movies by. But again, it would preferably be visual beauty is something that not everybody has seen before, you know? So, those are some suggestions, maybe. And if you have any movies that moved you in particular that not a lot of people have seen or you think deserve more attention, then I'm definitely down to talk about those. Any Coralines in the rough, so to speak.
So, what about Coraline?
I said I tried to say diamonds in the rough, but I used Coraline instead.
Oh.
I saw the re-release in theaters. It was lovely. I love Coraline. That film is a masterpiece. Amazing. It's so great. Beautiful, fucking beautiful movie. One of the most gorgeous stop motion movies I've ever seen, and the first movie to use 3D printing as a primary filmmaking tool. Absolutely amazing. Just lightning in a bottle, great. I'm excited for Laika's new movie. They've got a new movie about wood cryptids sort of thing coming out. That looks really nice. Also, did you ever look into that movie I sent you? The that cryptid like film? I can't remember what the name of it was.
I don't have much time to watch movies most of the time.
That's okay. Just maybe pin it in the Discord chat at some point. So that way you can take a look into it. But that might be right up your alley. I've heard really good things about that. It's the something man, the
I forbore.
It's in the chat log somewhere. If you just search the word cryptid, it'll come up in there.
Yeah.
This is really fun. I like the Shrek DLC. It's cute. Next time we gotta go for the potions room though, because Shrek 2 best movie.
Well, this was the first only available thing.
Oh really? Oh, you have to go as to do it as a campaign. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's its own campaign.
This is quite a starter for a campaign though. Jesus. It is really nice to play and just either talk or watch something with. I was watching some Best of the Worst and playing this earlier today. You should try to check out some Best of the Worst. It's a great show. It's something that you can't really, I can't really tell you if you'd like it or not unless you start watching it. Just watching really terrible B movies is super entertaining.
B movies? We should cover the B movie.
Oh fuck no! I hate the B movie.
But you just said you like B movies.
But I don't like B movies. The whole show is about them shitting on B movies. B movies and just random VHS tapes. It'll give you a lot of history. It's a great look into the worst of the worst when it comes to Americana. So American culture. And also the VHS film industry is very fascinating stuff. Lots of good funny bad horror. You'll learn about movies like Shakma, which is a horror movie about a wild baboon that runs through a science facility while all the scientists are playing this what do you call it, the IRL RP LARPing? They're doing a LARPing RPG, LARPing. They're LARPing a D&D dungeon crawler thing. But then Shockman's running around the halls, and he gets incorporated as a monster in their LARPing game. So I'll send you a video. Do you know Patton Oswalt? Do you know who Patton Oswalt is?
I've heard the name.
He's a voice actor. He played Remy in Ratatouille.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in an episode of Best of the Worst. They get some celebrities on for their Plinketto series. They have. Did you ever watch The Boys?
I have watched some of it.
Huey from The Boys is played by Jack Quaid. He's also in Oppenheimer. But Jack Quaid is on
I
an
gotta
episode
watch
of Best of the
that. I'm still yet to watch it.
You should watch it. You unfortunately missed seeing it in the theater, which is the best way to see it. But you should still watch Oppenheimer. That's a big recommendation.
I should like set up. I can watch Barbie on one side and Oppenheimer on the other.
Oh fuck! No,
Get the full Barbenheimer experience.
For me, please don't do that because both movies are so fantastic that they need to be experienced on their own.
Is Barbie really that good?
I fucking love Barbie. Yeah, it's that good. It's a fucking amazing film. It's very insightful, extremely well handled with some very delicate subject matter, and also fucking hilarious. Yes, Barbie's that good.
Got a question for you. Are you Knuff?
I am working on being Knuff for myself.
That's the only thing I know about the movie is like the Ken is like, I am Knuff shirt or whatever it was.
Barbie was nominated for Best Picture, and it fucking deserved that nomination. That movie is phenomenal. Go watch it.
Who won last year?
Oppenheimer won. Nobody was surprised.
No. I don't pay attention to stuff like that.
That's fair. But sometimes the recognition is deserved. And both Barbie and Oppenheimer deserve the recognition. Not sure if Oppenheimer deserved the Oscar, but it definitely deserved the recognition. Its upper wall is dirty. Someone splooged all over all of this. Ew, look at it. Someone's got some really long cummies. Gotta clean all this shit up. Yeah, we're the cummy cleaners.
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, we're the cummy cleaners. Call us when you came too hard. Hit yourself in the eye. Call the cummy cleaners.
There's still so much left, but we have 97% complete. I can't believe how much we've done in the last hour.
We're killing it. We're killing it.
Next time we play this, we need another person.
Is it? I thought it was only up to 2-player. Is it more?
The free play can have up to 6, but
okay.
I think the campaign can only have up to 2.
Yeah, I'd be down.
So if we ever do free play, we need more people. So like, as much as I don't want this to go by fast, more people, more clean, faster, more maps.
Yes, I'm down for both. Also, just to have more conversations with more people.
Yeah.
Always nice to have a good chat, and I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me today. This has been fun. I'm glad we did an episode, even though we didn't have a movie to talk about just yet, because I was so late. I mean,
like, do we always have to have a movie to talk about, or can we just talk about film in general?
Not necessarily. We talked a lot about film today, and that's primarily just because it's my favorite thing to talk about.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down to talk about whatever.
It's what we tend to talk about all the time. So like, we just like hop on. We can just call this a podcast and talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, we can call this a podcast.
Like a movie.
Sure. This is retroactively. This is an episode of Cinema Salad.
No, this is not Cinema Salad because this is not official.
This is going on our Patreon. It's a bonus.
Yeah.
Our OnlyFans.
I recently opened up a Ko-Fi for people to support me, and
hell yeah,
used it yet.
Go support Ko-Fi. Go support Shroomy on Ko-Fi. Do it now. Gun to your head.
See, like, me quitting my job and starting a Ko-Fi were 2 events I didn't have like planned to be together. But I opened up the Ko-Fi like 2 days ago, and now I'm quitting. Now today was when I put in my 2-week notice.
Help Shroomy escape Subway. Support them on Ko-Fi. Do it now.
I actually do have good news that I got my first ever Twitch payout recently.
Hey, congratulations to you. It's like the $20 minimum, right?
It's the $50 minimum.
$50 minimum. Yay!
I got $52.
That's cash in the bank for you. You earned it.
I spent it at the Ren Fair yesterday.
For being a good little Twitch streamer. I'm so proud of you. Get yourself some bits and baubles and butterbeer. You've earned it.
I'm not old enough to drink, sadly.
Butterbeer is non-alcoholic. but then you can get an
Can't they?
alcoholic version of it. If you get the one at Universal Studios, which is the one that everybody talks about. It just, yeah, it's a very sweet drink.
I'm gonna hop on this, grab this, put that there, so
Okay.
I can get the high
98,
ground
baby!
on. We're so close, yet so far.
That's what he said after he splooged before he splooged all over all of Farquaad Lane. Or they could splooge. We here at the Splooge Cleaners are non-judgmental. Anybody can come this much. No judgment.
Yeah. Is this the Splooge Cleaner podcast?
Yes, we are the Splooge Cleaners. That's our official name. Patent pending.
Oh my god.
If you made a mess, we'll clean up the rest. The Splooge Cleaners. "99%, baby!"
We're at 99%, but we don't even have the last 3 items yet.
We got this shit. We got this bread. "99%, that's majority. You can basically write it off. We finished. But some of them are really small. They're just like window panes and potted plants.
Yeah.
This is a really fun game. I was also looking. I've been watching some people play the trading card game store game.
Trading card sim.
Yeah, that looks like fun. I'd be down to try that at some point.
I think it's single player.
I know, but like my specific brand of ADHD is very conductive to.
There's
idle
already
games.
like mods for it to put like Pokemon cards in it.
Oh, that's sick. Nintendo, they're coming to crack down on it. Better watch out. Give them a year. And then they got
They
your
give
booty.
them all. I mean, it's technically only a mod, so they can't really do anything about it. I guess they can take down the mod, but not the game.
They've taken down YouTube videos, so they'll take down mods. They took down the fucking like Nintendo Switch emulator, so they can take down non-YouTube.
A Nintendo Switch emulator is understandable because they're still like selling stuff. They're still selling units and
But
stuff.
I'm just saying they're petty. They'll take down whatever. I don't think that Nintendo's takedown strategy on the internet is like respectable.
I don't
in any way,
like
shape,
that
or
they
form.
did it, but I understand why they did the Nintendo Switch emulator. The other emulators for like their older consoles, the stuff they aren't selling, that is.
I just feel like
bad.
they're 100% overly litigious. Their takedowns over exceed the bounds of what could possibly be
Nintendo
seen as
sucks.
property.
Oh yeah,
as
you
property
definitely
damage.
need to use this because there are a lot of bits that we can't like get to without this.
That's for lamos, so I'll let you take care of that since you know more about that than I do. I'm sorry, I just had to be savage.
Sag, I'm dead.
Man, I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Father, I am dead. Creator of cringe. Poopy butt fart, father. Father! Poopy butt fart, father! Yeah, I think Nintendo's litigious strategies suck, but they are my favorite game developer to follow. They have a really great output of extremely consistent and very strong titles. So they're just the most interesting.
Relates to Tuesday. Get out of my chat if you're gonna be a Nintendo hater. We're Nintendies in this chat.
I love my Nintendo combo. Get me my Zelda, my Splatoon cummies. Get that shit all over my face right now. before I Splatoon all over this chat box.
No, don't Splatoon all over us.
Oh.
We can't afford that in this budget.
Yep, no, we can't. Yeah, that would be us, dipping into our own supply of cummy cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do
My wrists are starting to hurt.
I love the Wii and 3DS I have, but their business practices are garbage.
I'd say the litigious practices are garbage, but I don't think their monetization in terms of their products is garbage. I feel like that's probably their most respectable thing about them. Like, although they may price over some of their games, especially like their remasters and such, a little bit more than they should, I still feel like it's leagues ahead of the competition in terms of the quality of their games and the the lifetime these games have, as opposed to ain't no Nintendo Concord. All I'm saying, ain't no Nintendo Concord. Hey, bring your scaffolding thing over here.
Hold on. Oh my god, there's still so much stuff we missed.
Yep.
Where do you need it?
I need it over on here. Yeah, that guy right there.
Let me just put it right there.
Cool, I'll get it. Thank you.
Oh my god. We're never gonna get out of here.
We're gonna get out, it's fine.
I'm EP.
We're gonna be fine. Oh, so you can click on the thing that hasn't been cleaned, and it'll take you there, right?
Oh, you can?
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you can click on it, and it'll add it to your to-do, and it'll highlight. Well, it won't take you there, but it'll highlight it. Oh, this whole thing is not done. That's my bad. I was doing this earlier. How dare I? I'm such a naughty little boy. Such a naughty little boy. I should be punished for all this bad work I'm doing in video game.
You're not gonna be punished. Nobody wants to punish you.
I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad little boy. I'm just so bad. I'm so naughty. Sorry, not sorry.
You wish somebody would, but nobody would.
Wow! Put on Discord disconnect sound. Ouch. That cut deep, Shrek. That cut real deep just now.
You leaving just proves the point, you know? You can't even take it, even though you know it's true.
That hurts. That cut real deep just now, Shrek. My goodness. So savage. So uncalled for. I'm coming after you and your whole, family, and your bloodline now. I hope you know.
I click on it, it doesn't really add to my list.
Well, it doesn't add to, but it'll highlight, it'll blink, so you can go to where the thing is. I think some of the trees maybe are not finished. No, the trees look good. Yeah, it'll not so subtly start blinking, and you can use that to guide you to what needs to be done. Besides just spam tabbing.
Yeah. Wow, over here there's a lot we missed on the ground.
Yeah, just little sprecks. But again, I did most of it visually. Without the dust icons, because it's just more fun that way.
This flower cart needs a lot.
I'll let you get that, and I'll keep working on this, trim. Yes, center display sidewalk. I don't like that there's a lot of dust that just is, impossible to see visually. But I guess but it is nice that they have, that, the threshold where it's you got enough of it done, so we'll clean up the rest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this game would suck. Okay, that's done. Okay. Ooh.
Dairy shop windows. Where's the dairy shop?
The shop sidewalk needs work. Ooh, I'm checking all the boxes. The serotonin machine is going hard.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. I've got a...
Yeah,
right here.
because the map is so big, the cleanup is rough. Oh, hey, nice parkouring. Smirt.
I just used a ladder.
Look at you being a smart pickle.
I'm a smart pickle.
Your brine is very salty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Look at this dirty little wall. Somebody had a fun time on this wall, huh? Making all this splooging. Good for them, honestly. Good for them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you definitely need to use the ladders and get up here to get some of these.
Yeah. But also, lame.
Mm-hmm.
I like being very stubborn in my video games. Let me have this.
Yeah.
As you could probably already tell. Oh wow, there was a whole stain underneath that ladder. Oh, this whole area is so splooged up.
I need the scaffolding. What's our speedrun time at?
I have no idea. I don't know how to check in this game.
No, I mean like, the timer you have.
Oh, 3 hours, 46 minutes.
Last time I asked, we were at only 3 hours.
We were at 3 hours and 20 minutes last time you asked. You've got high school staring at the timer itis. Don't look at the clock.
I did
for me.
just graduate.
Don't look at the clock. The watch pot never boils for me.
What are you even talking about?
Reality.
Stop trying to be Jiraiya from Naruto.
I don't know who that is.
That's something that he says in the anime.
Ah, yes, I get this reference. It is very funny. I laugh.
Oop.
Ha ha ha.
Oops.
Ha,
Nope.
ha.
Well, I didn't mean to shift tab.
I'm just being an asshole. Okay. Oh, you can sort by status. So
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. Bakery doorstep, tavern doorstep. I'm gonna go do those.
Guard booth doors. Where's guard? Are these the guard booth?
Bakery doorstep.
I think that's it. Mm-hmm. Information stand lever mechanism.
Okay, bakery doorstep, and I also said tavern doorstep. Okay, where is the
Center
tavern?
display floor trim.
Tavern. There you go, splooge free. I'm gonna take forge lower walls, bakery lower walls. Splooge, hello. Oh. Okay. That was Okay, now I need to go to forge, lower walls, and windows. Slooge, where are you? Who's my little cum monster? Oh, you're my little cum monster. Look at you. The forge is over here. And there's also
no, I'm looking for the right here, the center display floor trim. That's what I'm looking at. It's glowing white, which means I'm looking at the right thing. But I don't see what I have to clean.
Where's the cummies? Who's hiding the cummies? Oh, you're hiding the cummies. Look at you. We're down to 3! City road trims times 7. Center display floor trim. Okay, this is the center display. So we're looking for the floor trim. Oh, floor trim. Okay, it's this. Got it. Okay, city road trims. So that's just these things around the sides.
Yeah, I think. I got one. So I just say like hold your spray down on it.
Well, I don't want to hold the spray because that adds visual clutter when I'm trying to spam left click. I love how it's just this section of town that's fucked up. That's not even, that doesn't even count as a trim. Like what
Where is it?
What you were spraying just now is technically the sidewalk. That's not a trim. I'm not sure. That's what the question is.
Click on it so it pulsates. Oh, I see. I see. Come here. See this line
it's
here?
this.
See like line?
Gotcha. Ew. Yeah, somebody definitely came all over these.
Probably someone's fetish.
Yeah, it probably is. Like, oh, city road trims. Oh, baby, I'm not gonna last.
Yeah.
Tell me about those blocks, baby.
Now I don't even see where we're supposed to like spray them at.
Yeah, I'm rapid spamming. Maybe it's... Oh, hey!
Got one.
You're gaming. Show me you're gaming.
Got one.
Who did it? Who jizzed on the road trim? Was it you?
Who did it?
It could even be...
Me.
Shroomy, no! Don't put your jizzes on the trim.
I had to.
How could you? Oh, I got one. But it was so trim.
I don't usually do 4-hour streams.
One more.
One more.
Who's come we gotta clean up today? The background music on my stream just got really intense, so...
Oh my god.
We better find this cum. This is some, like, John Wick shit. Who did it? Who cummed?
Which one's glowing?
None of them are. Oh. Do you mark one for yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. I marked it myself, too.
So this one is glowing here. I just don't see it.
Is it? Hey! Complete the Duloc job. A sacrifice I'm willing to make. Well, it's a rare achievement. What achievement percentage is that? That's 0.7% of players. Oh. But that's not 0.7% of players who have the DLC though. Ah, well done. That was more than $600 worth of work, but we did it. I'm fucking proud of us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for streaming with me, Shroomy. I appreciate it. Thanks for staying up a little bit later to do this. We should definitely do so
it's
again.
not even. To be honest, it's not that late. We just started early. If we started at our normal time and went this long, it would be like 12 a.m. for me.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, take it easy, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. I appreciate it.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Oh
Take
my
it
god.
easy.
Before you go, press escape so you can watch like the playback.
Oh, yeah. Oh my Jesus.
I want to watch that again. Oh my god, that's so satisfying.
Look at that. 100% baby.
Oh. That made it all worth it, just watching that.
Oof. We nailed it. Yeah, I don't get any messages.
One more time.
Alright, I'm heading out. Peace out.